I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Camille Smith. And folks, this is going to be an exciting episode. I'm really excited about it. And man, I feel like this week has been so long, but so short. But you know, that's how some weeks go and things. So hopefully everyone's doing great up in the world wherever you're coming from. And also, just before we start, I just want to give a shout out to the fathers, them again, to the great fathers. Please hit me up because I want to talk to you tomorrow or next week and stuff since it's Father's Day next week. All right. But, I want to bring on my guest. It's going to be a special one. And I have to remember, even though her real name is similar, but I won't tell you how yet. But I'm very excited to have this lovely lady. Hello, Minnie. Brr, 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 brr.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's all right. It's all right. Considering, right, you don't know what happened last week, but it's okay. It'll come into the conversation because we're talking
True.
about disability. I have to remember, it's okay. We're talking about disability. It's okay. Yeah.
Exactly. And I just remembered, shucks. As soon as I made the sound, I remembered that my friend got me got me a gift so I don't have to make the sound. So I'm very happy to use it for the first time.
You, oh my God, you got the button. Yes.
Yes.
I thought it was the air horn. I was scared. Okay, good.
I got way too excited for that. I am so sorry.
Then
But
what batteries does it take? Double A or triple A?
that's a good question. I think say triple A. Okay,
Okay,
that's not
good.
bad.
So then go to Dollar and just stock up.
Boom bam bam. So,
Because
so
you're gonna need it every week. I know that.
exactly. So I'm gonna be hella annoying these days. I've already been annoying with it already, but actually, I want to let the folks know how we know each other. It's funny how we met. It was what was it, February or January? I want to say February.
Yeah, somewhere beginning of the year. Yeah.
Mm, the we met virtually at an event for refresh my memory
We've
because
been internet friends every day since the beginning of the year.
it's true. In our first conversation, it was like phenomenal. We had
Yes,
so much
7 hours.
brainstorming. I'm like, oh my gosh, we should do this. We should do this. And this is what happens when you speak to folks that love personal finance and also want to help folks. And it's crazy that, even everything that's happened in your life, overall, you're all about helping people.
Hmm.
And I love it and I feel like, it's just because of our names and stuff. But the folks don't know who you are and I want them to know who's Minnie. Tell them about yourself.
Okay, so Minnie,
Mm. Or how do you Minnie St Claire or
well, Minnie St Claire is the full name,
okay.
and it's the third full name? No, second full name,
Your full name?
because before I was
Uh-huh.
Minnie Holly, and it's
Okay.
because I'm a cam model. I primarily work as live stream adult entertainment cam model. If you don't know what a cam model is, we're the original live streamer. But We are for a mature audience over the age of 18 with a valid credit card. Um, yeah, and you might see us on late night commercials of call now single ladies in your area. Those are us. We're one of those. And the reason I brought that up, I was in Texas at a
Mhm.
conference. The hotel, the lady I was sharing the hotel room with, she had to keep the TV on in the middle of the night. I'm like, okay,
Mm.
fine, no problem. My mom does it. I can survive.
Yeah.
Then in the middle of the night, the commercial for the webcam site at work came on TV. I rolled out of bed so fast to watch this commercial because they don't air it in Canada.
Oh, why is
Yeah,
that?
it's
Why?
just the demographic, the
Mm.
customer base, all that stuff, which is great because the company has their old commercials online. I can dig around and find it.
Mhm.
And they were always feeling like live links, quest personals. There's a girl in her living room saying when she's lonely at night, she calls in. It's a weird, cheesy commercial. It totally
Shit.
is. And then when the company started making those commercials, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm.
Because all my traffic, all my customer base
Yeah.
are people that think it's a dating website. And then, the whole Ashley Madison debacle. Because
Hey, I.
it's not even a debacle. For me personally, with Ashley Madison, I sent them my resume. I got a job interview. I went to Young and Eglinton and got my interview, but
Mm.
I'm a conflict of interest
Ooh,
because of
how?
my job description. My all like and
Okay.
I
Okay.
me applying for Ashley Madison when people were telling me to go get a real job. So I did. I worked at First Media Group, which is Lava Life, which is
Yeah.
Quest Personals. And then
Oh my
someone
gosh, I
told me
remember
Ashley
that one.
Madison was hiring, so I worked there.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get the interview, but my friend did. She got the
Hmm.
job. But the whole time she's texting me how to talk to the customers.
Oh, so you were getting some insights.
Long time.
What?
So when the documentary popped up, I watched it, but it
Oh,
was
it's
hard for me to watch
crazy.
because I don't feel bad for the company. Like it's not like the people in the stories, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
feel bad for them. The company, yes, they did some stuff because it's Icarus. They flew too high to the sun, they burned off their wings and they dropped to the ocean. That's pretty much what happened to them. Then they come back and rise back up again like nothing happened.
Right?
I'm
Honestly,
like,
if anyone hasn't watched that documentary, it's obviously the main thing is,
yeah,
adultery and
life is
we're
short, have an affair. And it is, but sometimes you should. I totally agree with that. I totally do. Because if not, you'll be like my friend, where your live in boyfriend, potential husband, is talking to me on the internet while you're asleep. And that
God.
happened.
But wait, because I want to be politically correct. I am not vouching for these things, but if it happens and you get one, please, folks,
Did you look
communicate.
up the non-monogamy relationship diagram, Venn diagram with all the little boxes and they all overlap each other? I remember being in the hospital and these
Mm.
two girls were in there talking about their friend that's having an affair with an older man. And I pulled up the Venn diagram on my phone. I said, "Your friend is this and that, and leave her alone." Because it was like have an affair but keep it a secret, or you have an affair but a certain area code,
Yeah.
or one person is okay with the affair, but one person is not okay with the affair. I'm like, why are you judging her situation? Like, we already have enough nonsense going on in the world. But you're worried about her situation, relationship that has particular benefits that she's enjoying. You're really gonna dis me this to live my best life and have the best benefits of my life? No, you're not gonna do that, and you're not gonna do it to other people. I'm tired about that.
Oh man.
And it's true with me working in the industry that I am.
Yeah.
The amount of people that would shame me, I'm like, shame me for what? I still legally have to file taxes. I legally have to follow all the terms and conditions because of Visa and MasterCard. Every time they change the law in the United States around adult entertainment. I like right now with the P Hub
Yeah.
website, they're
Mm-hmm.
fighting the federal government and we're fighting for censorship. We're fighting for not everyone has to upload their ID. If we lose, everybody has to upload their ID on everything. Nobody wants to do that. You
But,
can't tell me you're going to log into StreamYard and upload your driver's license before you use StreamYard. If they do that, I'm
mm,
not saying that they would,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
this is what happens if we break down our freedom of speech, our freedom of autonomy, our freedom of privacy, our freedom to visit any website that we want because we want that information.
That's wild. I've heard about that story for
I
the
know it
little
has nothing to
birdie.
do with my history at all. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, because it at the end of the day, this is part of what we're going to be discussing. So I'm just, this is for educational purposes only. And if there's anything that is triggering throughout this conversation, folks, I apologize, but we're gonna try the way that we want to make it as educational as possible, but also adding some flair. We already talked about life is short, have an affair. I'm not saying to do it. That's just the slogan
And I'm
that they
saying nothing
had.
is anything wrong with that. That's what's happening right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Okay,
man.
we know like in the middle of my career, because me
Mm,
applying for Ashley Madison was 20. Let me find the email. Hold on, let me look.
yeah, I'm trying to think when they. Well, not that I know it by heart. Oh, I don't know why I'm acting like I
No,
know it
the
by
my
heart.
my resume I sent them is still in my email history.
Okay.
So when I looked up
Okay.
Ashley Madison in my email, I burst out laughing so hard. I was like, "Oh yeah, here." Yeah, February 2010, February 22nd.
Okay, so that's of course, yeah,
And I've been in
I
the
remember
industry
them
since March 18, 2003. So to be a
2003.
webcam model
Mhm.
for Canada, either you did it independently on your own in your own house,
Mhm.
and for the city of Toronto, there was Computer Friendly Guys on Yonge Street, right beside the Money Mart and the Brass Rail
Mhm.
in that direction. Brass Rail is still there, so you roughly have an idea where it is. And then this other ad in the paper that was renting out his room out of his house,
Yeah.
offering the job of being a webcam model. And I took the webcam model accommodations provided.
Okay. So wait, say it one more time. Where did you find this ad in?
Oh, the back of Toronto Star,
Okay.
Now Weekly, and Now Toronto,
Okay.
with the free weekly papers where people usually get them for movies, but there's more stuff in that paper.
Interesting. But this is back in 2003. Obviously, there's
When we
other
picked up a
ways,
newspaper, yes.
right?
I mean, I did get my first adult video job by posting ads online, because there was like adult modeling websites and then modeling websites.
Mhm.
But I don't really like one of the websites, like Sexy Jobs. It's still a website. I just don't recommend it. It's became so sketchy. Even now, like I was on there.
Mhm.
So some websites I joined for search engine optimization, because every time you Google Minnie St Claire,
Yeah.
my Google results are really fantastic, because it took 20 years for me building that. I'm very particular of my search results,
Yes.
because even when we pick the title, it's just stick to the formula. Just stick to the formula.
True.
But now with OnlyFans and with P Hub and self-directed content platforms for adult entertainment, it's
Mhm.
way easier to like start right now and try to make money. And yes, try. It's not like, oh, you're going to make money right now. There's a certain demographic of white people,
Mhm.
yes, that make money relatively quickly in this industry, because the industry is predominantly catering to the European beauty standards that make money. It's just what
So
it
what
is.
so what you're saying is in this economy as of late that there are ways that you can utilize your body. It doesn't have to be the front or whatever, but you can use your face, feet and stuff to survive in these streets.
Yes, but some body parts don't make money as quickly as the whole body part.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh
Because like there's okay, like I know there's faceless webcam models and faceless OnlyFan accounts,
god. Hmm.
but the demographic of people that want to
Want to
shame
see.
you
Hmm.
and criticize you and tell your kids can't come to our private school, or because we're a Christian private school, will find ways. of making sure your face is
Mhm.
attached to your OnlyFans, and then use that. Oh, you can't get a job, or you can't go to school, or you can't get a bank account, or you can't get housing. And it's always directed to women. It's not really
Mm.
happening to men.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's a war on women. It totally They don't want us to be self-sufficient and independent and run the world because we have all the money. They don't like, even though that's what's happening. Thank
Mhm.
you, Oprah. You started it, but we're gonna continue. Like,
Damn, I had it.
first of all,
Oh, I turned it off
yeah,
because
no,
I love Oprah still, even though they're trying to bring her down and or add her to the scandals that have been happening. But it's interesting that you said something like because you're part of that industry that it's there's certain people that are trying to ban you from getting a job because
or
ideally
housing. Just
or
and
house.
housing already has a crisis.
Tell me about it.
Like, I don't want to live in a tent. Like, the level of I don't want to live in a tent
Mm,
because I need to continue to make money. Like that. And then my credit report says the company name
yeah.
in my credit report. I can't remove it. I
Mm,
tried. I can't. I
mm.
Because, okay, and the reason I can't remove it, so the ad in the paper that was renting out his house, he had a
Yeah.
company name, and he was trying to get me because I was 18, 19. I left home, answered the ad in the paper because I needed a job and I need to eat food.
Mhm.
And I couldn't go back home because chaotic mess. My dad was being charged and CAS was in the house, and my mom don't like me talking about it. But that's what happened because I wouldn't be here to talk about it if it didn't happen.
Mm.
And I wouldn't have a disability if those things didn't happen. It's just
It's
I don't know how to talk about my story
it-
without, like, my parents did the best job they could. I totally understand that.
yeah.
But if you really wanted me to stay home, go to
Mhm.
school, go to college, get a job, and then 20 years later hate my job, something you did as parents didn't stick.
And most times, it's like the reason why I have the name of the thing is like and I always say sometimes our parents did the best they could with what they like with the information they had. And I remember you mentioning that like with Dr. Vibe. So big up Dr. Vibe if he does hear this. I know he'll soon be in the chat. Um our parents didn't know anything about mental health or anything cuz
Well, no, I think they did. They didn't want to acknowledge I have
mm,
one. I think that's
okay.
what it is. I
Mhm.
think because of this certain status
Yeah.
of coming to the country, working really hard, and then buying the house, and then getting the good paying job. Most of us government jobs, or if you were women, it was teacher, nursing. I don't know what else were they doing back then. I like
You're
because
right.
even like
Teaching, nursing, government, TTC.
yeah, my dad did TTC. My dad was a cab driver, then TTC, then real estate. My
Where's the
mom
other
tried
one?
real estate,
Post. Gosh darn it.
the postal
Canada.
service.
Yeah, yeah. That like if Caribbean parents like those are the things that they're doing or like the
Yeah,
factory. But then that didn't work out as much as like obviously nursing teacher and
and
things.
for me, school didn't stick right away.
Hmm.
It just didn't stick. I was creative. I wanted art classes. I want like and then my parents divorce. They
Mm,
forget me and my sister were there. It was horrible. I'm like, why are you like, no, it wasn't just you and my dad having the divorce.
yeah.
Your
Everyone
children witnessed
of
everything. It's not like, oh,
everyone's affected.
don't yell in front of the children. You yelled in front of us all the time. You know what I mean? Whatever their arguments were, like the pieces of the art, I don't know what they were arguing about. I knew they were arguing with each other.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't feel safe. I used to hide in this weird, the thing with the dishes that you can't touch only at Christmas and holiday. I used to hide in there.
Not the Chinaware.
Yeah,
The bottom part?
the bottom part with the mirror. I used to hide in there.
Shit.
My mom still has it. I don't like going to the house. She's gonna hate
Yeah.
me when I say all this stuff, but I literally don't like going to. It's like it's a time capsule of a time in my life that I don't want to remember.
Mm.
Can't tell her because she's a sell or get rid of all of her furniture.
Golly, because you don't want to see that. You're like, nope,
No, I
nope.
don't need that memory. I like, no, like, so no. 18 legally, I'm an adult. Legally,
Hmm.
the government said I don't need to be in school if I don't want to. Legally, I can go talk to my doctor by myself and get
Hmm.
my prescriptions and take care of
True.
myself on my own. And
A
my
grown
dad hated that.
woman.
My dad, like legally, when I couldn't go to the doctor with a parent watching the appointment, he
Yeah.
hated it. I'm like, wait,
Mm.
wait, why? It's not like it's my body that they're talking about that I have to make decisions for because you didn't keep me in child psychology with the child therapist. Then, if there was a recommendation for physiotherapy or anything, I don't know if it ran out because the insurance or it ran out because you didn't believe I was sick enough. Whatever the reason, all the treatments I could have gotten
Hmm.
based on them working so hard in solid jobs with good benefit packages, they didn't use all of it. I didn't get access to a therapist attached to my dad's insurance till I moved out.
Wow.
When I was experiencing symptoms of PTSD and depression and I'm living on my own. And then other
Hmm.
people telling me, "Oh, you're so fine. Oh, you're so good." I wouldn't leave the house. I'm 19. Luckily, because of Phoenix Concert Theater, I lived in that neighborhood. I would walk down the street on Friday night because it was free before 11 and then walk back home.
The
And
fact
then
that I know where you're talking about is crazy.
exactly. Good. Luckily, you have a visual. Yeah. So I used to live across the park.
Yeah.
And then I would walk down,
And
go
it'd
to the
be right
club,
there.
I walk back home. And then one night I said I'm gonna stay home. Then the
Hmm.
club got shot up.
Wait, wait, stop,
The
stop.
one night I said I'm staying home, the club's
Was
done.
this? No, because what year? What year?
2005 maybe.
I swear I was going to go into that club and I seen someone pump the truck and I was like, "Oh, we're not going to this place." And that could be around that time. Shucks. Well, mom,
I
we
like
could have
that we
met.
could have crossed paths, but we
I know.
didn't.
Golly, but like
Oh yeah,
it makes me
so you
sad.
had questions. Are we on
Yeah.
track
No,
with the
no, no. I'm
question? Okay.
we're just having a
Okay.
conversation. It makes me sad that those type of things were not provided. And I'm not sure if it was because they didn't know the benefits or
No, they know.
just
Oh, they
oh.
know because my grandma, mom, are
Mhm.
nurses. So either they
Ah.
know because their colleague is in that department, or
Mhm.
mom's the ER nurse. Who do you
Mhm.
think admits you to the psychologist first?
True. So ideally it's so for parents or just loved ones in general, guardians, loved ones, whatever. If there's a way to help your loved ones or family and friends, just do it. Just execute on it,
Yeah.
right? Cuz like
Since we're
even
on the loved ones
mhm.
theme, so the
Yeah.
TV show A Million Things that
Yeah.
talks about mental health and everything around it. So you know the little boy in the show,
Mhm.
and their two parents, they're going through their issues and whatever, whatever. There's a moment in the show where
Mhm.
both parents say it's okay in therapy to use this space to take care of yourself,
Mhm.
where they're giving him permission to process all of his feelings without worrying I'm going to disappoint my parents.
Mm.
My parents were worried about me talking bad about them
Yes.
instead of
Ego.
me processing all the stuff that happened to me so I can move on and heal. That I had to do on my own when I moved out and I'm out of the house, but I'm still on my family insurance. And then I call my dad and I ask for the list of insurance providers that do therapy
Mhm.
because I'm on the insurance so I turned 26. The minute I turned 26, I'm no longer covered. The dentist said, your bill for this service needs to be paid. I'm like, call my dad. I have no money. Like, you know what I mean?
Call
Every
my lifeline. Call my
pretty
lifeline.
much
Please.
that's what it was. That's like he's there like my braces cost $10,000 and I'm like, well, yes, but you have the insurance and it's really good. My prescriptions were $1. Like it was the
Mhm.
best insurance they got helping me, but they
Yeah.
didn't let me use it to
Utilize it.
help me. until I moved out. Like I literally had to move out of the house. They're yelling at me. They're pressuring me to go back to school. All these things were going on. Plus on top of, oh yeah, so the ad in the paper wasn't a good situation. We didn't really talk about that. But that man was not really, he was good and not good all at the same time. He did all the laundry, he did all the cooking. He took his bicycle and he was 300 pounds going all over town on his
Mm.
tiny little bicycle to shop for groceries for the best deal, Value Mart, Food Basic, wherever. He went everywhere around. I didn't have to do anything. He
Yeah.
even taught me how to cook oxtail because we printed off the recipe from Jamaicans.com. Like, I can't always get mad at that person, even
Yeah.
though he got charged for a whole bunch of legal stuff
Mm-hmm.
and he died. He died in 2004. And then
Shucks.
I had to go through the legal system and I had to go through the healthcare system and I had to find my family doctor. I got really lucky finding all those resources and things because my grandma says I'm smart and I'm always on the computer.
Yeah.
And here we are. Like, and I make all my money on the internet.
So
Like, yes,
it's mind
Dr. Five
blowing.
and them calling me a unicorn. I am a unicorn,
Yeah.
but I have to go through a whole lot of stuff
Sh-
to have the
to be
best
able.
testimonial you can hear about on the internet. I don't
So,
really like my testimony, but I'm going to maximize it and monetize it as much as I can.
right. So after he passed away, what happened next?
Oh, so the police, they were like, "Don't worry about it. He dead. Like, don't even, just move on." And I was
Mm.
like, "What do you mean?" I was waiting for my day in court.
Yeah.
Then my cousin, who works with the crisis center and that environment, she
Mm-hmm.
said, apply for victims' compensation. Applying
Okay.
for victims' compensation is not just go apply for it and you're good. You
Mm-hmm.
have to, so if you're a victim of a crime, there's a time limit on when you're supposed to make that application.
Yes.
Then you're supposed to have all of your documentation. I didn't have all of them. I had some documentation, not all documentation. Like
Yeah.
I found a sliding scale social worker for therapy.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't like fully equipped to handle everything, but we did the best I could because she offered a sliding scale. That was after I maxed out my dad's insurance, and then my
Mm.
family doctor's trying to find me something, and there's a waiting list because it's a mental health crisis, and there's still a crisis. So I accessed so much stuff from 2004
Mm-hmm.
up until now, and
Mm-hmm.
as like, because I had an incident where I ended up in the emergency room. I did virtual care last week. That nurse was like, the system is broken right now. You don't really have anything for you available. Like she literally told me there's nothing really available for me right now. I'm like, what do you mean? And then she summarized my history. She went through all my stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, but you're doing pretty good though. But we don't really have an acute crisis right now person for you. But you could, here's a list of resources you can contact. And then
Mm.
on top of that, I asked for a sliding scale of services. They start from $45 to $100 a session. And they
Mm-hmm.
typically want you to do 6 to 12 sessions.
Okay. I
So
think
it's
I've actually seen that because there's darn it, what's the site? Actually, I just like kind of like therapy that goes based on what you can manage. So it's exactly what you're saying. So how were you? So you just basically spoke to family and friends that knew it and provided that information. What's that information?
oh,
Let's provide it to the folks.
let me look at the email because
Yeah,
I just got it yesterday. But
cause
it's
the
not it's not family. Well, actually no, right, the cousin. I forgot about my cousin. I'm so sorry.
because I think what you just said is very important. Like, um,
Oh yeah,
all right,
Black
going.
Mental Health Canada. I'm finishing their program right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they have some a rotating schedule of possible black therapists.
Mm-hmm.
And finding a black therapist wasn't something I got access to in the beginning of my mental health care. It was whatever who's available, usually
Mm-hmm.
white, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
men. I only have two male therapists in my history, one Asian, one Spanish, the rest white.
There's actually there's actually another site I just provided not too long ago.
Where did it go? She just sent it
Um
to me.
or
Yeah,
affordabletherapynetwork.com.
that was one of the lists. That's one of them.
So I'll write it. Like the The reason why I'm saying this is because I think sometimes a lot of folks don't know where to go, and it's always
Well,
ideal.
there's hardfeelings.org. There is Center for Training in Psychotherapy.
So I'll put this one. No, you gotta set. You have to type it in the private
I
chat
will.
so I can.
I
Okay,
absolutely will.
okay.
I
Just
mean,
so
just
folks will know.
the reason
All
I'm
right.
saying it out loud, some
Mhm.
people like me, if I hear something and I hear it clearly, I can go Google it and
And
I'm
Google
on
it.
my
True, true, true.
on the races and I'm fine. So for the people that know how to Google,
I'm that person that like wants to hear it and see it so it can like register. But no, I the reason why I'm going down this path
well,
first is
she sent me
because
five. I'll email it to you, and if people email you for it, it's
yeah,
perfectly fine. Because
then boom bam bam. See? cuz cuz like the way I see it is there's always going to be resources and things that people don't know, but obviously you know how to, use
I
good
do,
old Google.
regardless of stigma and discrimination. I tell you that much.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to tell me that I shouldn't take care of my mental health because I can just go to church and cure it. No, you can't. Church makes it worse. And I joined two cults trying to take care of my mental health. That was a whole total backfire.
Not
Um,
a cult.
yeah, man, two of them, Scientology and
Mm.
Soka Gakkai International for the Buddhism organization. Yeah, I did. 2008. I try to find everything
Mhm.
to cure it, even a
Yeah.
substance habit. That was we don't want to suffer, and then other people seem to make us feel worse, so we suffer more because we
Mm.
open our mouth to share our feelings. I don't like that. Even so there's a new the suicide hotline number 9888. I called them last week in my crisis.
Mhm.
The lady made me feel horrible. I emailed 9888. I told them what happened. I told them how they made me feel. I told them they need to train people better. And they emailed me back and acknowledged and apologized for it.
Yeah.
Now, that you have to be a strong person to be able to do that. Because if I was still in that place mentally, I
Mm.
wouldn't think, oh, I need to give them feedback that they treated me not so great. Then
True.
with the CAMH's virtual urgent care,
Mhm.
the virtual care is not for like you need emergency room right now. It's
Mhm.
because it's a waiting. It took me a week to get an appointment. Then I got my appointment, and then her computer was slow. Like it's me sitting right here doing the appointment. Like
Yeah.
yes, this environment, this background. Yes, me doing the appointment. And then she's like to go through all of your history, family doctor, medication, pharmacist, what's your job, how do you identify? Like they ask like 35 different questions. And you're supposed to keep them simple because we only have an hour to talk about everything. So they can summarize their recommendation. Like the affordable therapy, it's because I asked for a sliding scale.
Yeah.
Uh, And then somewhere in the mix, I was doing my family history. I was like, wait a minute, this is the first time I did this. I'm not upset.
That's good. That's
Exactly. We just
that's
talked
a
about my upbringing, my family, how they were. I'm not upset. Yes,
mhm.
sometimes when I communicate with my family, it sounds like I'm still upset because we never actually sat down and hashed it out. I tried. They gave me money. They bought me dinner. They gave me flowers. They hugged me. They sent me home.
Family therapy is
They won't
something.
even they won't deal with it. They won't deal with it now. They didn't deal with it then. They either drink it away or travel away or oh I put money in your bank account away. That's
I'll accept the traveling. I'll accept the traveling away.
I accept the money and I put in my registered disability savings plan. That is what I do.
Boom
Since we're
bam
talking
bam.
about
Wait a
finances,
minute.
there's
Ooh. Okay, so every time you get receive money, you put it in there. But at the same time, I don't think the folks know what I don't think we discuss what type of disability you have.
oh yeah, that's
Are
so
you
true. Okay, we know PTSD,
Mhm.
bipolar disorder, then there's also multiple sclerosis and chronic pain. And there might be autism, ADHD.
Okay. Do you rather me say mental illness or disability?
So mental illness is when I'm in crisis.
Okay.
because I was on a podcast before and he was asking me what's the difference between mental health and mental illness. Mental illness is the acute crisis. I need to go to the emergency room. I need to go to my family doctor. I need to call a crisis number. Like
Mm-hmm.
last week,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday night, 4 a.m., I couldn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Intrusive thoughts, not so great dark thoughts, an active plan of what to do where I wouldn't be here. And then
Mm-hmm.
I got up and I called the crisis number, and then you're on hold for half an hour, 2 hours, depending on how busy that number is. And now, because they added the 988 number that they say
Mm-hmm.
should answer pretty quickly, but you
Yeah.
still have to press one for English, press two for this. It's not fun. Like it,
Okay, okay. So now you're honestly, you've given me an anxiety because I can only imagine, right? It's like,
that's how our system works. Our
yeah,
system filters you out based on how fast they need to respond, and they're responding slower because government decide to mess up the budget. They
yeah,
keep dancing around disability benefit. They're giving people with a disability tax credit to lift them out of poverty $200 a month come July 2025. It's not going to do anything. It's not like it's not. Why do you think I'm a cat model still for 21 years and counting when people tell me, oh, get a real job? But no real job is going to fully accommodate all my disability needs. Like how
mm-hmm,
Sunday, I'm calling the crisis number and
mm-hmm.
I'm going through something. If I had to go to work Monday morning, which has happened in the past, you put on your
You're
work face, you go into the job, and oh, I've literally lost it on customers and call center jobs where I hanged up on the customer and the manager was standing beside me and tapped me on the shoulder, be like, hey, you know what? You're fired, go home. He didn't ask what happened. He didn't ask, is anything going on? It was, oh, you're going home.
so
So, how
so
are you supposed to tell your employer you're
mm-hmm.
going through something
Yeah.
when like PTSD, you typically react to triggers,
Mm,
whatever they are. Either you punch somebody, you yell at somebody, like you know what I mean? Like we see it on TV. TV does the extreme of somebody in addiction or PTSD or anger management. 28 days, anger management, watch those stores. They're only the extremes. They're only
yeah.
the extremes. And then they blanketly make it look like that's everybody who's and then they use bipolar to describe everything. Stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call the weather bipolar. Bipolar is a medical condition always in my medical file for the rest of my life.
Hmm. I
Like for
I
the
hear
rest
that
of
and
my life,
receive.
it's in my file. It's never going away.
Yeah.
It's and black people, the stats are typically schizophrenic. We already know media likes to twist that around,
Mm-hmm.
usually in TV shows with a religious storyline. Yes. Like stop using
Golly.
my thing for your entertainment purposes to
Mm-hmm.
twist around the narrative of what is mental health and mental illness.
I'm glad you're able to clarify that
And I can
because
only do that because I'm not holding on to all the crap I was holding on to before.
mm,
Like I actually said it and I could breathe. Usually I can't breathe when I talk about this stuff.
well, I'm glad I'm able to give you that safe space to be able to feel
It's not
comfortable.
just a space. Like I literally
Mm,
had to come ready to talk about stuff. But to
facts.
come ready to talk about stuff, it's decades of therapy. I used to have a
Mm-hmm.
GP psychologist therapist that I saw for 10 years
Hmm.
every other week on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock until she retired. And she retired during the pandemic. So even that, getting that type of service where you get a psychologist who's a general practitioner doctor who
Mm-hmm.
can do psychiatric evaluations on you and prescribe medication, but could also throw in, oh, here's your prescription for birth control pills just because you asked. Or
Mm.
luckily, because I don't know, it's because she's Asian or because she learned it because she wanted to, she did acupuncture on my neck. All I had to do
Nice.
was buy the
Nice.
needles. Like to find the stuff I've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I found a really good BIPOC family doctor as a walk-in clinic patient. And then
Amazing.
after that, I talked to her about everything. I have a family doctor that I can make an appointment right now, call it a wellness check, and we talk about everything that's going on. And then she brings in her teaching future doctors to sit
Mm.
in. He teaches other doctors. And then when I'm in there teaching other doctors, I'm telling you right now, if you're going to do this, you better be ready to fill out disability forms for your patient. I literally warn them because we don't need more doctors who are going to stop us from accessing services and benefits that we need with
Mm-hmm.
disability. Like the disability tax credit is one of the difficult forms to fill out. Then
True.
doctors charge a fee to fill it out. Then some doctors who don't believe you're disabled enough won't fill out the form, but they don't decide if you even get access to the benefits of that form. Their job is to fill out the form, describe the person's disability, describe all the limitations, describe if it's temporary or permanent. And when it's permanent, they need to make sure that they repeat it's permanent over and over again because the government doesn't believe permanent disabilities are permanent. Like my mental health is never going to come back. I have to go
Mm-hmm.
back in time. I have to be like roughly 6 years old, maybe, but not really, because my parents were arguing and yelling at each other all the time about child support. So I don't,
It's
and they act like I don't know that conversation happened. I go, yes, I do, because I brought it up right now.
it's interesting that you say the doctors um aren't willing to fill out that form because I've seen that form. And that form is absolutely crazy. Sorry, that's the wrong word to say.
No,
No,
okay,
no, no. I got to be mindful. You said
no, it's
something and I have to receive and be mindful
yes,
about
it
it.
is. But so
So I'll say wow.
sometimes we will naturally use those words for
Mhm.
expression. Like I'm trying not to swear right now, but if it
You can
comes out,
swear if you want.
it's to emphasize the emotion behind the frustration.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
that's basically what that form is. It's a huge, if you go on any of the poverty finance Reddit or ODSP Reddit and they talk about the disability tax credit, you'll
Mhm.
see this huge discrepancy of people that get the form and people that don't get the form, and then people who want the form but the doctor won't fill out the form, and then we argue back and forth at each other when
Why?
we should be arguing with the doctor
Right?
really,
You know but because you say
or the
that
government.
cuz
It's a weird, do we argue with the doctor that won't fill out the form, or do we argue with the government to make the form more accessible?
they're not just BCRA does not make things
No,
easy.
they don't. I have to call. I literally, like, for me to, when I got approved for the disability tax credit, I wasn't really sure what
Mhm.
to do. And then to call them and you're on hold for 3 hours. Then one person gave me the
You
wrong
called
information.
CRA to ask them about
I
it?
do. I will call. I've called them 4 times. I've called them 4 times for different
Sheesh.
issues since the
Sheesh.
pandemic. Like
Yeah.
one was calling them for CERB, another time was calling them for the disability tax credit, and
Mhm.
another was trying to figure out my contribution room on my registered retirement savings plan. I will
Hmm.
call them. I have no problem calling them. I plan it. I know when they're open. I plan to call about 15 minutes ahead. I put the
Yep.
phone on speakerphone. I sit
And you
beside the
just
computer and
go
I
along
just
your
relax
business.
a little bit. And then I jump every time there's a pause in the phone line. Every time.
I
And
know.
I
Same,
I
same.
totally hate that, but there's no other way of getting access to things, because if it's attached to
Mhm.
the federal government's the one that answers those questions and they should be trained on it. And then there's the Ontario Disability Support Program.
Yeah.
Right now my file
I feel
says
like they should be able to.
caseworker to be determined. No, there's two problems in government with disability
Uh.
accessing benefits: social assistance, federal government. Both are a pain in the butt. Both of them make you feel humiliated. Both of them make you feel like every decision you make to take care of yourself, you feel bad or
Mhm.
guilty or wrong or whatever. And then they they keep those benefits hostage.
Hmm. So in a way, even though they're there to help,
Yes, we're the government. We're here to help. Yes.
they're like, yeah, you're out of luck actually. And it's weird because you mentioned the form and then now you said there's the Ontario Disability Support. I don't see why they wouldn't help you fill out that form instead of calling CRA and waiting for an hour and a half because that's what happened to me last time I spoke to them. But I also think that the doctor should also correspond with the Ontario Disability Support as well. I know I'm trying to remember it all at once. Remember it, like work together because like I said, I've filled out I didn't fill it out. I reviewed it before someone submitted it, but I also know that there's certain things like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Like, let's say, I don't want to throw anyone on the bus. Let's say there's something that if you submit that disability tax credit, it could bite you in the arse for other things. Like, let's say driving.
It depends on your disability.
That's why I feel like some doctors won't do it if they know you enough and know that it will affect you other
But your
ways.
driving record, like
Mm,
for narcolepsy and seizures, like 'cause my friend, she had it happen. So she was having seizures. Her doctor said, "You're having seizures." Either the family doctor, sent it to the Ministry of Transportation. It's
yeah.
not, and then so ODSP would
Mhm.
check the Ministry of Transportation
Mhm.
for stuff. It's in, so like
Yes.
the
So,
ODSP policy had it under sharing, third party sharing, or under fraud collection controlling. Because
mm,
this morning I had this weird, annoying argument with somebody that's trying to recruit me in a company, but they're wondering about how I report my income to disability, ODSP,
yeah.
and the messages I sent this man, and a 20-minute phone call
Jeez.
because he was trying to mansplain me ODSP. I'm like, hold on. I've been on this thing since April 2011.
Not mansplain.
Yes, it was.
Note to self, fellas. Note to self.
Don't do
Man,
it. And
just don't. Especially
for
if you've
some
been
reason,
in it so
for
long.
some reason, it's the African black men that do it. I don't get it from the white ones. I don't know. I don't.
Golly.
Because I had today, I also had an appointment with my financial planner. My financial
Hmm.
planner thinks I'm a superstar, and then I get, no, like, yes, I'm a beautiful BIPOC woman, but I don't need to hear it from you. Like the whole week, if I want to, there's a lot of people I can throw under the bus this week. I'm not trying to, but there's a reason I
Mhm.
primarily date non-BIPOC
Wait,
men.
I didn't know
And
you were going there.
I had to. It was coming up. You know what's coming up. It's slowly coming up. It's slowly coming up because
But we still do love our black men,
I
no
do. My
matter what.
brother is one. I hope he turns out well. And my therapist said for my brother to turn out well, it's how his mother raised him.
Mm.
It's not actually my dad who screwed up all of us.
Boy, voila, and Dr. Vibe is here. I wonder
Oh,
if
he
he
is?
wants to
Oh,
comment
what did he
about
hear?
that one.
What did he hear?
Voila. Greetings, he says. I can't wait to hear
I
his
don't know. What
response
did he
to
hear?
that.
When did he come in? That's
He's been here for a minute, but I just
oh,
want. And it's so funny that Father's Day is next week.
I know. And I have
But.
issues. I totally have issues with that
Mhm,
because typically my mom would like, "Did you tell your father Happy Father's Day?" And I'm
mhm,
like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll do it,
mhm.
but
I don't-
it's definitely autocorrect typing the whole words. It's it's not me typing those words. And then
mhm,
my grandma,
mhm,
it's her only child.
mm,
Sometimes my biological dad
mhm.
will do something, and if my grandmother is talking to me,
Yeah.
I have to be like, I don't know, it's your son. That is how I respond
Golly.
because she doesn't see him doing anything wrong.
Of course not.
I totally get it. It's your only one. That's all you have. He gave you the three grandbabies. I'm the first grandbaby. I totally understand that. But to actually actively update my family of my medical history, my
Situation.
disability history, especially the trauma and the depression,
Mhm,
and then of course now the multiple sclerosis, they, even though they're medical professionals, grandma and mom are medical professionals. And then
mhm.
my sister, she's a doctor. Then my stepsister's a
Oh,
doctor.
snap.
If I go, family dinner is not always fun. It's just five people talking about medical stuff. And then
That's
there's
crazy.
me,
That's
the
wild.
the medical patient. I'm in the room. I'm the patient in the room. I'm always the patient. I'm always asking mental health services, or seeing my neurologist every year to do my neurological exams, or when we had to do the cardiology exam to figure out why my feet were swollen all the time, and my mom couldn't acknowledge the fact that she has blood clots and I could have blood clots, and we're worried about me having them now because I'm getting older. It's a
Mhm.
whole, these people won't talk about the medical history. Every time we go into a doctor's office and they ask us, do you have history of cancer, stroke. Pick one. How many stuff on your form you cannot fill out because you don't know who has it in your family?
Shucks.
Exactly.
So it's always good to, and I know even that type of conversation
They
is
won't
hard to
because they
have.
do not say anything. I get examined for everything. I now have a
Mm,
colonoscopy booked in July that I have to go to,
yeah.
and then I have to hire a PSW that's going to come take me home because you need to be accompanied by somebody that when you come home
Wow.
because they'll put me under, they'll stick a camera up my bum, and it's just a whole thing. But I can't call my family be like, hey, can you be here for this appointment? My mom may be working.
Mm,
She's doing her travel nursing. She's enjoying her semi-retirement. I love that for her.
yeah.
But if I have a medical appointment, you have to take time off work. Then you don't know. But you already booked work because you didn't think you need to take care of me anymore because I'm an adult.
Ooh, the factors of life, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And then you don't go nowhere. We only talk on the internet. So how are you supposed to take me to my appointment? You know what I mean? My bestest conversations of friends,
Yeah.
y'all don't go nowhere. It's just phone calls and text messages and memes. That's all we do.
It's true because I don't go downtown often. Downtown's crazy.
Exactly.
Like when you mentioned to me the other day, like so, I have to know like ahead of time, like at least a week ahead of time, just to be able to go to these events. And
Sometimes I literally don't find anything until I wake up in the morning and I plan my day.
it's crazy. It's wild. I'm
And I
I'm
work
not
full
going to use
time
that word.
from home. So, like, it's not like
Mhm,
I have a job to take time off to go do something. If I want to go somewhere, some BIPOC thing or some
mhm.
festival thing or the brunch I went to, I, like, depending on when I book it,
Yeah,
I book it, I go, oh,
and
yeah, I
boom, bam,
should
bam.
tell my friend because everything says tell a friend." I'm like,
Mm,
what friend do
true.
I tell? And then by the time
Yeah,
I find a friend to tell, you guys are
it's too late.
unavailable. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. And dang, because I know
I don't even know how
folks
we
are
got on this
listening.
topic. I don't
And
even know.
I know, but this is okay because this is how our conversations go. It goes like boom, bam, 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 but it'll
It's the
bring it back.
ADHD. If you're wondering what my disability looks like, this is it in action right now. It's the ADHD. It totally is. It's the ADHD.
And you mentioned a story earlier how it affects you finding work. Um, is that why you became self-employed? Because you're just like, "Pff, I can't do a 9 to 5. Like this is wild."
It's not even that. Me, I 'cause remember I started webcam first. I made my first money on the internet March 18, 2003. My first paycheck was 300 US dollars mailed to me in the mailbox. You remember the mail that could drop in your door? This
Hmm.
is the person's house. So every couple of weeks, you hear the mail come in. It's checks. Then we
You
go to
just,
Money Mart and cash the checks.
I
Yeah,
want
we use
to,
that in a
I want
while,
to. Yeah.
and that's what it was.
Uh-huh.
So I remember. So this is perfect. So my
Yeah.
first paycheck, what did I
Mm.
buy? Remember the Timberland high heel shoes? Yes or not? Is that
I
your
do.
generation? Okay,
I
good.
do. I
I had
do.
one in pink. I had one in blue. I had the short little ones that had no ankle support. And I could not walk in high heels for my life depend on me. But I had a wonderful collection of high heels that I could not walk in. So when I went to Phoenix Concert Theater, my stripper heels were 9 inches tall.
Jeez.
I had to take a cab from there to the
Yo,
next
bugger you.
light for $6 because I couldn't walk anymore.
I'm not doing it.
And
I don't
I
even like
don't ask
heels.
me how I was able to wear those heels in the club. I have no idea.
So that was your first purchase?
Yeah, actually
Fair enough.
no. Well, because the adult video I did. So the adult video I bought the non-skip CD-ROM with the battery built in. Yeah, that was that, and
Mhm.
I maybe a lot of Burger King. Like it's just 18 to 19. I wasn't really worried about a lot until I moved out on my own and got my first apartment.
Yeah.
Then when I moved in, got my apartment, I got approved for my apartment because me leaving the toxic environment where the man died.
Mhm.
Then I had to find a roommate situation, and I did. I found more people in adult industry that let me crash at their condo downtown. Then they helped
Okay.
me get an apartment downtown for $699. 2003, 2004. Exactly, exactly. I'm a rare
Listen.
generation of low cost of housing, available housing, affordable housing that doesn't exist anymore.
Listen.
And and when the dude died, his
Mhm.
house, my dad being in real estate, I could have gotten it for squatters' rights. But because my family didn't want to give me money to fix up the house, Property Brothers bought it on auction, and my wonderful
Ah.
single mom and two kids lived in that house because when I was feeling past my trauma and past all my things, I
Yeah.
want to go visit back the house.
Mm.
So, the in movies it works out perfectly well, not in real life. So I walk up to the house and the friend I brought with me, she says, "You know what? We should just go." I'm like, "Okay." So as I'm walking away from the house
Yeah.
across the street, the family is walking up to their house. And I was like, I can't do that to those people. I can't tell
Mm.
them, "Oh, I used to live here and all these horrible things happened here." So we walked home and we got ice cream and I went home.
Good idea. Good
Because
idea.
the ice,
Good idea. So boom, you got the apartment. You wanted to go back to the house but didn't. And
no, I used to
then
stalk that house. I used to stalk that house. I used to take pictures of that house because
Mhm.
he died in the house. So he died in the
Ah,
house. Because
I'm
police,
so
remember,
sorry for
police
these
told me he
people.
died. Police told me he died. And
Yeah.
then they wouldn't tell me details. I had to figure it out.
Mm.
So, okay, if he died, let's make sure he's dead. Let's go to the house. Then the house had police tape all over it. I'm like, okay. Then I went back and checked again. Then I
Yeah.
took pictures of my little Nikon digital camera. Like it was
I just
well,
found
but
mine the
it
other day
was
too.
it was the PTSD. It was totally the trauma. That is how
Yeah.
trauma is.
Effects.
You
Yeah.
relive the story over and over again until a therapist helps you move on.
Mm.
And how many of us in the BIPOC community do that? Very rarely. We either drink it away, smoke it away, or we work, work, work nonstop until we get our pension.
I feel personally attacked with you saying that one, two out of three of those. But it's true. But it's true. There. This is why I'm gonna click on this again. Affordabletherapynetwork.com is very ideal. Um, once you got the DTC, it's credit. So for any folks that have anything, what would you recommend them to do?
It depends.
Yeah.
Because
Because maybe
this
there's some folks that have no idea what you're talking about. And that's why I added it to my questionnaire with
so with
my
the reason
taxes.
it depends on the nature of your disability. Because some disability you need a doctor to
Mm.
diagnose it. Me with bipolar was first diagnosed as major depressive disorder. Even though
Okay.
major depressive disorder is also a same name of bipolar disorder. So they treated me with SSRIs, but SSRIs and bipolar disorder triggered me to be manic or hypomania. Remember me
Hmm.
walking in high heels down the street to the club?
Yeah.
That wasn't me sane. That was me in bipolar
Mm.
episodes. Or when I spent, a couple $1,000s at the strip club. Yes.
That was
Um, exactly. Like it
making it rain.
exactly. Like there's certain behaviors I've lived through
Yeah.
that I know looking back. I'm like, no, you were not
That
good. So
wasn't you. That
nobody
wasn't.
stopped me. Like literally, no. Some habits I develop,
Hmm.
nobody stops me. The substance
Enabling.
habit, because of the relationship, this relationship brought that substance into my environment because I was
Mm.
dealing with the chronic pain from the multiple sclerosis,
Hmm.
and I wasn't going to my doctor to find a chronic pain treatment plan because I really didn't want her to tell me, "Oh, your pain is all in your head." Even though my doctor does not do that. She actually really does not do that.
Yeah.
But so many people with a bad experience with their doctor,
Hmm.
that message got stuck in my head as if my
It was
doctor
your.
would do that, even though it's
Yeah.
their doctor doing it, not my doctor doing it. Like trusting healthcare in general and going like your doctor is supposed to be like your primary doctor is supposed to be the first person you talk to, then they set up all the referrals. My mom lectures me that all the time when I'm upset.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the neurologist. The neurologist doesn't see me as disabled, even though this man can read my whole history and my whole adult life.
Darn.
Bipolar, substance, everything is there. My doctor
Hmm.
makes sure every new doctor knows exactly what I went through. every time there's a referral, because the referral, then they get your medical history, and then it says the medications you're on. Like, they, every doctor knows. Like, if I get a referral to the dermatologist, it's on the form of the dermatologist, because sometimes the referral, I get a copy of it. Then if I read through all of it,
Mm-hmm.
my blood work is on there. My last X-ray is on there. Like, even when I printed off the notes from my doctor to give the chiropractor,
Mm-hmm.
30 pages, 50 pages. Here you
Jeez.
go. Thank you. They read through it. They did. They read through it.
Did
But
they?
they did. Well, they have to, because they were trying to
True.
determine if my skeletal muscular problems were skeletal muscular chiropractor problems or multiple sclerosis, because the
Mm,
lesions are in the same area that a chiropractor will work through. They had to determine, okay, we're going to focus on this. We're going to understand this could be an issue, but we'll try to focus on this. Because
yeah.
each specialist focuses on one area that they're specialized in. They don't
Correct.
want to cross contaminate other issues. When I went to school for this specialty and nothing else, they have blinders on. Some doctors have straight blinders on for issues. So, like
Golly.
with the disability, yeah, you really do need a primary doctor that could
Mm-hmm.
go through your history, not judge you, let you vent and process everything for 15, 20 minutes, depending on their schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and then record everything.
So
They
you're
need to
able to
record it
be.
so that it goes on the disability tax credit, or it goes on your application for ODSP. Because when they make an appeal and you're
Mm.
fighting them in tribunal court or social benefits court or wherever they call it, you need your evidence
Mm-hmm.
why I'm disabled, how I'm disabled. This affects me
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm in substance use for this. Even the substance habit. My doctor made me go to the emergency room at Women's College Hospital on Tuesdays to do drop in and get evaluated. Then I went to the social worker. Then I waited 6 more hours for the doctor. Then they looked at me for half an hour, sent me home, said, "You're not really an addict. Okay, come back if you get worse."
Shucks.
Like, I usually get sleeping pills or come back when you get worse.
This is giving me so anxiety. It goes back to when you said, like, when you're having a moment and you try to call 988 and you had to wait. Isn't
Yes.
there anyone, and I know this is gonna sound
Oh, I didn't even get when
wild.
911 shows up. That's worse. But yeah, this is what I lived through. This
Yeah.
is it.
But it's like then it I think to myself, like, it's gonna sound selfish or sound weird, but like, is there no one that you can call when you're having a moment?
I've learned Dr. Vibe might be that person, but I don't
I'll
use him
I'll I'll,
anything
I'll stick it
else.
to, because I heard one of them said it too. So that's interesting. But no, no, no. For
Well,
reals, like, there is
I mean,
times when I'm
there
having
was there was
a
one
moment.
moment in time financially I needed groceries. Dr.
Mhm.
Vibe stepped up and helped, and then when I was
Mhm.
stable again, I gifted him back his money because I was stable enough to do it. And
Yeah.
then because the pandemic for me was a weird time. I got
Mhm.
approved for the disability tax credit after my second application. The first one was denied.
Okay.
Then the government was giving out so much money for so many different reasons, and I
Mhm.
qualified for all of them. So remember, during
Oh,
the
nice.
pandemic, they gave out the $600 as a top up for people that had the disability tax credit. I literally got it approved October 2020, like
Mhm.
somewhere between what's before fall last quarter, third
Yeah,
quarter.
before the second wave, or what,
And then,
whichever
sir,
wave.
I literally had to figure out how to talk to the CRA, send them all my documentation to have
Mhm.
Dave at the CRA say, "Yes, you're good." I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
Okay. So once you, so now I want to see how this can relate with the RDSP, which is the Registered Disability Savings Plan. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. How are you able to get that once that is clear?
So once you get your doctor to fill out all the form, you send your application, government says, "Yes, you're disabled." I wish I could go get the letter that says it, but it's summer back here. It's okay. It's not that important for a visual aid. But
No worries.
the government literally sends you kind of like a congratulations, you're eligible for the disability tax credit. Because
Wait, just in case y'all didn't hear it.
okay, Are we
Sorry.
done celebrating the disability tax credit? Because it kind of is a celebration when you're approved. It totally is a celebration when you're approved.
See?
Then it's open the account as fast as you can, but don't open it at the retail big banks. I don't recommend it. I
Okay.
know they offer it. I know some of the people in there are probably good people, but work with an individual financial planner that works with people with a disability
Mm-hmm.
um, registered savings plan, or has the heart of the teacher that's willing to do research even
Mm-hmm.
on Saturdays. My financial planner likes to work on Saturdays. I can email him at 4 o'clock in the morning in a panic. And then,
Jeez.
yeah, yeah, I find really good people. I put you through the ringer because there's no like, I need Team Minnie. There's no, I'm not gonna, no, if you're not, if you don't pass the training camp, you're out. It's just,
Bless your financial planner's heart, because I'm like that too, but sometimes I'm like, y'all need to give me a break.
he's been my financial planner since 2012. It's not,
Okay,
he was
okay.
always there. Like in a weird, I kept his folder, his here's my business, here's my business cards, here's my
Mhm.
company mission, my vision. I kept it. And then my
Boom, boom,
cousin picked it up one day because he had a labyrinth logo on it. And she's like, you know what? You should contact him. I'm like, okay. She never met him. She just liked
boom.
his
Wow.
logo for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Some spiritual cosmic, I don't know. My cousin's like that. She believes in metaphysics, manifestation. Okay, fine.
Boom,
She
bam,
helped me get
bam.
$8,000 from the government for the victim's compensation. I kind of trust her for certain things,
Okay. That.
but it's limited because she may or may not have an undiagnosed mental condition, but she won't do it. It's
Mm,
fine. She's coping, and that's the other thing too of certain people.
hmm.
They may have an illness, but they're so high functioning, which I'm not even sure what that label is, that they won't get help.
I understand that.
Like
I get that.
they
You
they
s- you you said it. It's what is it? Three: drink, travel, work, and
smoke.
smoke. Well,
Yeah.
there's four. So there's that. There's those high functional folks per se. I wouldn't. Maybe not the drinking part, because once you crash, you crash. There's nothing you
See,
can
but
do.
like Dr. Phil will have those people on the show that they're high functioning professional people. Like if they're
Mm,
in healthcare, especially when they're healthcare and they're
yeah.
high functioning healthcare people, they really know how to hide what they're doing for a period of time. Like with my substance habit, I was seeing my doctors. I was going to the appointments. They they did my
Had no
blood work.
idea.
My blood work clearly didn't show the substance I was using in my blood work. Then I went in and I told them, I told the physician assistant, she got so mad at me
Why?
because the way she treated me like I was going to drop dead in her office because of the substance I decided to pick up as a habit
You're
because I
so.
was coping with everything.
Hold on,
And
hold on, hold on. Someone just said, or hold on. So, wagwan, wagwan. Someone
oh,
just
there's
said,
people.
drop the financial planner name, our company name. It's up to you. It's up to you.
I know, but I don't know if he's taking on new clients. It's a weird.
You never know. You never know. But unless he's,
And he only works in Ontario. He doesn't work other provinces or outside of the Canada. It's Ontario he's licensed. He's
yeah,
heavily regulated, heavily cautious about regulation.
mm-hmm,
Like ideas I have, he
yeah.
can't do them because there's a regulatory legal department watching his every movement. So it's I would
Uh,
like to recommend it to everybody, but no. So this is where I usually recommend my super fan alternative, Jackie Porter. She is awesome. I don't know if you know her. She's a wonderful BIPOC woman who deals with finances and financial planning.
okay.
For she offers a free consultation for 30 minutes. I'm gonna recommend her as go see the BIPOC Jackie Porter Porter. And she does her live stream on her LinkedIn every week. I don't know if it's
Oh,
still going
nice.
on, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like there's people like you need like remember I said I put people through the training camp before
Yep.
I have them on the team.
Yeah,
You need to do that with a financial planner. Like, yes, I have one, but
absolutely.
he's been through so much with me. And
That's true.
then
That's true.
I did recommend him a client, and that client actually went to him and opened their accounts. He sent me the edible arrangements fruit basket. I
Hmm.
mean, I had to figure out how to eat all that fruit in one day, but
Oh, right? Those things you can't play with.
they're really
Golly.
fresh. I don't know how edible arrangement does it. They're super fresh
Oh, I feel
stuff.
for one
And then when it showed up at my house, I thought my mom sent me something.
now. Yeah.
So then when I read the card, I was like, "Oh, it's him!" Like,
That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, like, and I think the best thing is that he specializes in, well, not, I should say,
he doesn't
because he
specialize. He just
understands you
understands it.
enough.
He
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
understands. He understands where I'm coming from. He
Hmm.
understands I'm on a mission to become a millionaire, and I am on a mission. Like he just told me today, my RDSP is $83,000. I opened a thing in 2020. 2020, I had zero money, and I just finished discharge from a
See?
bankruptcy.
See? Wait. Stop. You
Did
opened it when?
2020
To now
Yes,
has 80. You said how much?
83. Let me look at the statement. But yeah, there's 83. Let me just pause for a minute and look at the statement. Hold on.
Wow. Okay.
He sent me the he sent me the thing with it.
I have one question with this statement.
I mean, when we're offline, you can look at it, but it's very
No,
pretty and
yeah, no,
fantastic.
I seen it. I seen it, but
You saw it when it was 79 or 80. Now
I
it's okay. This is
I want to prove a point with this.
$82,558.60 market value.
I want to prove a point with this. You just started in 2020.
Well, I'm still here. Okay, I thought I closed the tab.
No. That was sucking. Bloop. I was like, ah! You started in 2020,
hmm
and how much, you can say on average,
Oh, my
is your
spreadsheet. Give me a minute. Let me go
is
look at the numbers I put
income
in there.
with that?
Oh, my
Because
income is below.
yeah, you don't have to say the
It's
uh,
it's
a
it's it's
range.
so small. It's my income is so tiny. Where the TurboTax full service lady, she doesn't like doing my taxes because okay, I have my self-employment income. Then
Yeah,
I record all of my expenses. Then she inputs all of my expenses. There's a point where there's zero expenses. You do it. You know your bookkeeping. You get
yeah,
to zero expenses because there's too many negatives. You get to zero.
yeah.
Then she adds one more or two more. Then it's negative. Then she's like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't add all your expenses. After she's went through seven expenses, then you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe we should look next time and don't do all your expenses. I record it. My job is to record, keep records, send it to the
Mhm.
professional, right? Isn't that isn't that what you would like your clients to do?
Absolutely. Do you see my face?
I'm just, I mean, yes, I would like you to be my second opinion bookkeeper because I would like to actually know my real numbers of income in the account, actually
Hmm.
what's happening. So I actually have cash flow analysis. There you go. That's what it was. There's other documents, the other financial statement documents in the accounting software. I don't use
Yeah.
all of them. I
I
just
know
use
some of it can be
profit and
confusing.
loss. I just do profit and loss. For the other ones, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they're reconciled. I have no idea.
OMG. But like,
Yeah, 83,000 and that's not even my net worth. Oh, that's a whole different number. I have to look at my
but I
spreadsheet
know,
for
but I
that.
know this is based on matching
Yes.
as well.
Yes. And the make sure I don't close the tab.
Cause yeah, don't close this tab.
I
So
need to start
I want
opening
people to
stuff.
understand, like,
Okay,
this
I can
is
look at it on my
why
phone. Like I find my spreadsheet on my phone.
to the folks that have certain accounts, especially the RDSP, there are matching abilities. And are you able to mention it to? Because I don't remember at the moment, but
Okay, I can tell you 2024 statement of entitlement. So the
mhm.
right in chat, RDSP statement of entitlement. That way people can look that up. on it.
Things started doing something crazy. Say that one more time, please.
RDSP Statement of Entitlement.
Eh, Boom, bam, bam.
Do I have to put in the private? Okay, yeah, good. You got it. Okay, good.
Yeah. No, it was
That
just a bit crazy.
every
Wild.
February, so every
Yes.
February, so you open the RDSP. Let's say you put $500. Actually, no, put the 1,500 in because
Hmm.
you get the minimum 3,500. The RDSP Canada website too. We'll put that in canada.com/RDSP. Can you put both? Or is
Hold
it
on.
.ca? I don't even remember if it's dot. Let me check.
Canada.ca, because I'm always up in this.
Oh, you're always on that website? Okay, good.
Yeah. Canada.ca and boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Which part do I go
Uh,
to?
how much you get in grants and bonds. They have a wonderful calculator on there. Okay, Canada
Go
Disability
back.
Savings Grant is a matching grant that is paid up until December 31st of the year you turn 49. I'm
Okay.
39 today. I
Hmm.
literally have 10 years to put every penny I have in that account to get every penny back from the government. I want my whole $90,000 in grants and bonds. $50,000 in bonds, $70,000 in grants, and I want every penny because I'm born Canadian. Okay, I want the audience to make sure they understand what that is.
Okay, I'm gonna put the link in here and then also in the chat. I was trying to do something at the same time, but it's okay. So now my question
Oh,
is,
good. I read it off the website. I said exactly correctly what I said. Okay,
boom,
good.
bam, bam. So one thing I want folks that have a disability is to obviously utilize this. So you have your RDSP, but obviously you can have your tax free savings as well. And then we
But
can
it's different if you're on ODSP because
ah
ODSP, because we keep forgetting about
mhm.
ODSP has their own regulation, government authority rules over
Okay.
here. So
Okay.
if you're not on social assistance, maximize everything from the federal government. If
Okay.
you're on social assistance, so every province is different. Every
Correct.
province treats every income and asset differently. I do not like it. Like Ontario, if I win the lottery, they exempt $10,000 in a 12-month period. So I can go play bingo every week and I can go do my scratch tickets,
Mm.
bet on horses. I can do that. But if I win $11,000, that $1,000
Mhm.
is considered income. But if it's
Interesting.
and then I have to figure out if they use it the income exemption because now you can make $1,000 net income and you're exempt from ODSP reducing your benefits.
Mhm.
It's like,
Hmm.
and every province is different. Like not British Columbia, Alberta, if I win
Yeah.
the lottery, 100% exempt. They don't touch it. I can win Lotto 649 in Alberta and I'm perfectly fine, disabled, still on benefits, I think. And the reason I say I think, I have only read their policy directive on their website. I'm not
Yeah.
actively in that province to go through the system and go through the obstacles of the maze. I think I one bio, I say the labyrinth maze of social assistance. Yeah, that's what it is. And I only said that because I've been watching Maze Runner, the whole trilogy. And remember when they go into the maze and they're trying to go through it and not die? That is what you're doing. It's just-
Interesting. So only for ODSP, that's how they treat casino winnings because in normal settings, that's not
yeah,
even
there's
a
no
thing.
taxes on lotto winnings in the government, and there's no gift tax, right?
Haha, to the Americans. I'm sorry, that was a
I
joke.
know, but
That was a
yes, I remember when
joke.
Dave Ramsey had a Canadian call-in that won the lottery from Shoppers Drug Mart, and she's trying
Mm,
to explain it on the show. And
yeah,
then Dave Ramsey's like, "What about taxes and blah blah blah?" She's like, "No, there's no taxes in Canada. We're good. There's just my money in my bank account." Because she won the lottery, she claimed it, she gave him the banking information, the money went in the account. And OLG website says that. I checked, I double checked.
yeah, yeah,
I was planning the budget of using a portion of my ODSP to play the lottery. It's
Mm-hmm.
part of my financial strategy. None of my financial strategies make sense. I'm letting you know that right now. None of it make if you're on my YouTube channel, what I'm doing is because I'm doing it. Don't go follow me and think you're smart like me. No, don't do that.
It's just the way it works for you.
And I'm not your
Then based
financial
on
planner.
personal
I'm not your lawyer. I'm a disabled individual doing my own thing because I'm smart. I think I'm smart, depending on which
educational
state,
purpose.
depending on which mental state I'm in. I also make decisions based on what my mental health is doing.
True, true.
So, like, if I make a jacked up decision and I call you and it's screwed up, you're gonna say, "Good, good." What do they say when the Caribbean family
You bugger
tell you
you?
not to do something, but you get licked on top of it? That's
Or
what's
you say
happening.
you fucker you? I have to say it
Exactly.
like that for it to, to make sense.
Like,
Dang. So I see that's the one thing that I never knew because obviously
yeah, if you're not on
I
ODSP, you literally think everything's perfectly fine. You do. You don't have to worry about the 13 sections of the policy that I memorized during the pandemic because we had chaos of caseworkers telling people on ODSP to apply for CERB, even though they weren't eligible for it. And then the government didn't actually make the application process rigorous in the beginning. They fixed
uh
it after they released the money. And then now
yeah.
they're trying to collect money because they didn't do it properly the first time because they wanted to give everybody enough money quickly so we can stay home and flatten the curve, which
Yeah.
and I it's not even a flatten, it's a curve. It's,
Mhm. It's interesting you say that. That that sucks because I've had people have to pay back the CERB because they got some people got miscommunication or misinformation, but some people just said, Let me try a thing." So I feel like the folks that were had misinformation from a caseworker should definitely appeal that.
that's what they're fighting for. I don't know if
Okay.
they approved it. So remember when they confused self-employment $5,000 as net income versus gross income? And then because they accepted the gross income, people had to go back and claim the income because
Mm,
they accepted gross income because they kept saying gross when they announced it.
yeah.
That they had to fill out a form. Then either some of them got back CERB because of the self-employment thing, and some of them didn't. It was
Mhm. It was
every
a mess.
like
It
see, and
was
then CRA people got CERB, but they weren't supposed to because they work at the CRA. So like, it's complete mess.
most of them that's a different story, but
I
I
know it's a
feel like
different story,
that's
but
no, like even that come on, you work there, bruh.
I know,
You
but
knew, you would
they were
get
also
caught.
working from their at-home cell phones. Thank you, Dave, at the CRA, because when I called you back, because he told me the code to upload the file, and I got the letters mixed up,
Mm,
and I called back the number, and he answered.
wow.
It still worked. It wasn't some scam person. Like
Glad. I'm
even
glad.
that environment was just so like the scam calls we were getting, the scam text messages we were getting. Then CRA was working from home, calling people. Like I faxed CRA my thing, and a month later they're like, "Oh yeah, you're missing two pieces of paper." I'm like, "Okay, so how do I send that to you?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, log in with your code in your CRA account, and you
To
can just
submit
upload it."
documents, which
But it's
is way
it's
better.
letters mixed with numbers, and some letters sound like a different letter.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through the 26 alphabet to try to figure it out. So I call back the number.
Boom
Yes, I
bum
got
bum.
lucky. But I also see it this way. I'm born Canadian.
Mhm.
If I screw up by owing the tax man money,
Mm.
like the Canada worker benefit where I have to pay them back $630, that was 1% interest a day. So we cashed out my TFSA to pay them back
Yeah.
because I
Cash cash
like
out? Like
I pulled out money.
all
I
or
withdrew
just
money.
some?
I
Okay,
withdraw
okay, okay.
money.
I was just making sure. So I was like,
Just enough, but my room on my TFSA is $95,000. I'm not digging any like it's not like I'm taking a hit of taking
mhm.
money out because that room is still 95,000 and grows every year.
So question.
Hmm.
So you because I know you max the RDSP
And I max my RSP,
and you are say it again? Whenever I hear, yo, I had to say it
I know.
slow sometimes.
Two R's. The one with two R's.
Okay, okay. So you max that, you max this. What about your tax-free savings?
That one is $497. It needs money. It needs attention. It
Put more
need it,
money in a dot. And
yes.
I'll
Okay,
tell
so
you
now
offline why.
and now I can
Even
tell
though
you
I've
why
mentioned it before.
ODSP would screw it up. Because
True, 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 true.
ODSP, if it's a regular TFSA,
Uh
not a
huh.
segregated fund under a life insurance product,
Uh huh.
like a normal TFSA at a regular investment broker account thing, it's not exempt under ODSP in the same way the segregated fund is. So non-exempt assets are $40,000, 40 and three more zeros. Then, because we opened it with a life insurance product and we
Mhm.
invest in segregated funds,
Mhm.
that section, I have an exemption up to $100,000
Okay.
total of
Mhm.
RRSP, TFSA, First Home Savings Account. Total, those three accounts can't go over $100,000. I literally put it in my spreadsheet how much money I want to contribute in there, and
Mhm.
I leave a little bit of room for compound interest and growth.
So
And the
even with the compound interest.
Yeah, they calculate interest on top of it. So like let's say we have really good interest rates right now and your stuff go over $40,000, then ODSP says you're no longer eligible, you have excess assets. Then they would like you to reduce your assets to remain
Got it.
eligible on ODSP. Then the funds held in a trust or funds held in a life insurance product, section 4.8 life insurance under
Mhm.
ODSP, and it's not there on Ontario Works. I have to make sure that the 100,000 is not 100,000 and $1 over. The $1 over, ideally, we want the anything over should be in the tax-free savings account because it's easier for me to take that money out, lower my asset limit, and still
Mm.
remain on benefits. Which was the plan.
So
That was the appointment I had this morning with the financial planner when we were planning out my accounts. Because
so now when I hear that,
RSP is taxes,
yes.
TFSA is taxes because it should be there to buy a house. So my
Mhm.
only account that would be flexible to take money out, put money back in is TFSA.
Yeah. So what you're telling me basically is that they're capping you at a certain amount
Hmm.
just to get the benefits.
Hmm.
And what benefits are you receiving from them for you not wanting to go over the cap?
Medical, disability. I don't, what is wrong with you able bodied people?
I'm just asking. No, no, no. The reason why I'm asking. Wait, wait. There's a reason why I'm asking. Because I feel like these mofos are trapping you into the system to stay
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
when you could get.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why I'm asking. I'm like, whoa. So what if?
Disability, medical. I have a medical disability. Same thing I said the dude from mansplaining me this morning.
Mm,
ODSP,
yes.
Ontario Disability Support Program.
Mm,
What is the second word in ODSP?
disability.
Disability. Disability is only done when your doctor fills out the form and
Hmm.
sends it to the adjudicator and says, yes, you fit the definition of disabled to be eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. Or you're eligible for the definition of the disability tax credit, or you're eligible for the registered disability savings plan, or you're eligible for the Canada Worker Benefit Disability or CPP disability. I don't know how many times I have to say the word disability, and it's a medical reason you're accessing those things.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I'm asking so everyone
And the
could get an
only reason,
understanding.
the
Mhm.
only reason I'm saying it like that,
Yeah,
I get a lot of people that try to give me financial advice and ignore my
that
disability.
part. Yes, yes.
And then, oh,
It's
we
important.
need health insurance, vision, dental prescriptions. I have
Hmm.
a pre existing condition. The
Hmm.
limit options I have for private health insurance that covers pre existing conditions
Hmm.
or is not going to cover me like critical illness or term disability or all the other insurance packages available out there, I don't get access to all of them because
I
of my
see.
disability, because of my diagnosis, because I just my medical file has everything on it. If they do a medical exam on me in insurance, I get
Yeah.
excluded. The minute they run my blood work, oh, you have something in there. You're not a pee in a cup. Oh, you can't do it. Like, you do not realize how that works? Or they check my blood pressure, or the cardiologist. If the cardiologist diagnosed me with a cardiac problem, I wouldn't qualify for critical disability right now.
Yes. Ah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm
ah.
hoping there's insurance salespeople in the audience that can verify what I just said because that's what it is.
I'm just annoyed that it's like the system wants to keep you at a stage to cage you in for you to get that support that you need.
Yes, and healthcare system is jacked up. It's a 2-year waiting list to get my ADHD diagnosis.
I
Or
re-
I could pay for $400 because ADHD and beyond
Mhm,
is a nurse practitioner and a doctor that will do it privately,
mhm,
diagnose you and give you a treatment plan if you pay them $400. I'm considering doing that and then claiming that on my medical expenses on my tax return,
mm.
which should be a
I'm
website we add in chat. Let me go find the website real quick.
Yes, please. I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed because I don't think it's me wanting you to get off ODSP, like the support aspect is this I want there to be a way where you don't get capped with making money, right? Because it's like, what if you have the dividends and you have that money? Or is it just that type of assets that they're capping, but you can make money elsewhere?
They
That's
will they will watch me my entire life. Remember I talked about controlling fraud in the ODSB policy?
hmm
Yeah, they're going to look at my file. So, like I say, I have a caseworker who
yeah.
doesn't believe I should be on a mission to be a millionaire. They'll think I'm doing something wrong or I'm scamming them or whatever, whatever. If they have any suspicions for themselves, they can escalate my file. Oh, remember the hotline number that we all have for fraud detection at CRA and ODSP? Somebody in the audience can call that number and set a whole chain of events that, oh, remember, I want you to look at my records to make sure they're good and order and all that. Yeah,
hmm
because
Jeez.
I need to be ready to fight an investigation if it happens anytime in my life
hmm
with CRA, ODSP. And I really would not like to use legal aid. I don't want to use legal aid. I don't trust them. I don't like them. And they're underfunded, underpaid, overstaffed, overworked, and they don't give you the best financial advice. One of the legal aid websites for Clio, which is, I forgot what it's called,
hmm
they have a thing on there for how much money can you make on ODSP. The way it's worded, it
Yeah.
says, do not make too much money. And it's trying to be worded in a way to, to summarize everything. When I read it, I just
Yeah.
read, do not make too much money, which basically means make $1,000, take a nap, don't make that 1,101.
That
Like,
bothers me. That's
exactly.
what's up that like I'm listening and I'm like, cuz I want to talk about your game plan, the millionaire in a making. But how, and I'm
I
not
do it
saying it in a
regardless. We
way.
know
Yeah.
me on if you were there for the Dr. Vibe show, I'm doing it regardless.
Mhm.
And I'm doing it regardless because I know I have to hire a lawyer. I
Mhm.
know my financial planner, if I get a caseworker that doesn't understand what segregated fund, he is willing to explain it to them. Like, if you don't want to go to Equitable Life website and click segregated funds to understand the definition of a segregated fund, my financial planner, his contact information is on my statements. I have to send it to ODSP every year because I have to send them my income and assets every single year so they determine if I'm eligible. And then
Mm.
they could dig around my tax return because the whole, remember the sharing information section? It's
Yes.
the Ministry of Transportation, it's the credit report,
Yeah.
it's my income taxes. It's they list it. It's on the ODSP website where they list sharing information. It's Equifax. Sometimes when I check my Equifax, we can get the full summary of everybody that does a soft check.
Mhm.
ODSP is on there. Social assistance is on there. Ministry of Children and something services is on there since 2004. So remember the time I was there leaving that toxic environment and then trying to get my apartment.
Yeah.
And then the dude wasn't paying the bills for whatever reason. I don't know why. He just wasn't paying the bills. I had to go and apply for welfare. Ontario Works.
Mm-hmm.
And back then it was $500 a month. 2004 is $500 a month. Ontario Works now is $733. ODSP now is going to be
Wait.
1,300. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. ODSP is going to be $1,368 July 31st. Do you want me to write them down so chat can see them too?
Yes, yes. So what I just heard is you said 2004, you're on welfare, getting $500 a month.
Hmm.
And now to this day, it's gone up only $250 a month? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm writing them in chat. You can read them and share it to everybody.
And you would think with inflation and everything, you would think it would be at a reasonable amount now. That is wild. That is wild. Like
And the joke is, how long we've been talking, people still don't grasp what I live with every day at all. Because they get this wonderful information, they get upset, they get motivated. You write to your MPP, write to all the government people, whatever city you're on. Write like Ontario Elections Ontario lets you know who is your elective official in your neighborhood. Write them a letter. They're not if they're not going to change it. If the person on disability who writes to the government for the injustice, unequal environment, they're not listening to us. They're only going to listen to the able-bodied taxpayer.
mhm,
Like they're just not going to listen to me.
golly. See, to the point where it upset your soul. My gosh. My gosh. This
Like
bothers me.
all the able-bodied people, oh, I'm paying taxes, blah blah blah. This is where it's going. This is what it's doing.
Mhm.
If you don't like what I'm going through, like, and it, all of these numbers are somewhere on my tax return.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, like,
And I don't think there's I I think there are some individuals that don't like paying taxes for helping folks
the
that
vulnerable, marginalized, disenfranchised. Like, not everybody with a disability has the mental capacity to do what I'm doing. Like, my
mhm,
older cousin, he has an intellectual disability or cerebral palsy. He's forever dependent on government programs to take care of him and keep him alive. He's
mhm,
50 years old. He's a full grown adult, but he's nonverbal. He
mhm,
may appear violent. Like, he has all the, and he's black. Like, the environment he's in, if the
mhm,
wrong person is treating him,
mm.
we've seen it in the news time after time again. Certain children, certain adults with disabilities end up not here. The big D word. I don't know if we're supposed to say that word, but that's what happens to them.
Mm.
And then the people that were treating them, are they responsible? I don't know. Do they get fired? Probably not.
It's just a wild cycle that needs to be rectified.
I mean, I will love it if, my mom lives forever and is able to take care of me, but I don't know. I mean, I really don't know.
Mhm.
I like,
Jeez.
and I'm not having children. They're not my retirement plan. They're not my caregiver plan. Oh, if I get married, oh, this is what you're signing up for when you marry me. You want to take care of all this stuff?
Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
Like I'm single and available and ready to mingle. Who's gonna mingle with all of this?
There's some out there for everyone.
Yeah,
Remember what we said early? Actually, no.
I
I'm
know, I know that I know what we said earlier, but realistically, the environment we're in,
mm,
if you actually meet, like, great, you meet a person, they have a health condition, but you don't know what it is right away because we're programmed to act fine. We're
Mhm.
programmed to be normal. Like
Yeah.
I literally have to put on my lace front wig, do my hair, do my eyelashes, go look cute, go find somebody. I'll probably be a sugar mama because I really don't want to date the age appropriate generation, the 25 to 35. Yes, we could figure something out. Because like I was already with the 10-year relationship of the guy who was 8 years older than me that developed the substance habit. You know how many relationships I've been in that had a substance habit?
Shucks.
That one of them is trying to reach out to me right now, and I'm like, I don't care what you're dealing with, just don't come reach out to me. Because he only messages
Golly.
me when his health issues are bothering him.
Mm.
For him, it's cancer, it's mental illness, it's all the other stuff. Because when I was going through my mental health, he was around, he was encouraging me to take my medication because his
Mhm.
mom went through
That
depression and anxiety and all those different medications to the point where
trauma.
her medications give her organ failure.
Mm.
We're assuming my medication side effects are going to keep me healthy. No, they're not. They're delaying the inevitable.
Mm.
Like,
Shucks.
this is why I do blood work every 3 months. Are you going to hold my hand when they poke the If you're scared of needles, do not be in that room. Don't, like,
Scared of
no. Like,
needles.
actually, you know what? Screw that. I can handle being poked as long as the technician knows what they're doing. If you're
Yeah.
scared of needles, don't even be in the room. Just stay over there. I'll let you know when it's
Golly.
because like when I do my MRI, if they put contrast dye, they
Mhm.
run a line in my arm. When they did the CT for my heart, they gave me contrast dye. It burns like fire
Oh my
twice because
gosh.
I moved in the MRI machine.
Oh, no,
Either
you can't.
I took a breath the wrong way, or I tried to say a prayer in my head and I moved. And it's like, oh, the images are not clear. We have to do it again. So every time they do the machine X-ray, they
Uh-huh.
inject the contrast in your body and it burns like fire.
I don't remember that happening because I've had an MRI, but it was for my knee.
It
So
depends on what you're
the
doing.
areas, yeah.
It literally depends on what you're doing. I've done so many things where my mom thinks I'm exposed to X-ray radiation. Like, the level of, oh, you really gonna do that exam? Are you sure? I don't
Oh
know, man. Like the
man.
lumbar puncture for multiple sclerosis. My
Uh-huh.
mom didn't want me to do it because she's worried about side effects of people in the emergency room getting a lumbar puncture. A lumbar puncture, they poke a needle in your spine. They want the fluid out of your spine to come out into the cup so they can evaluate in the lab. I
Mm-hmm.
have to stay still. My spine is curved. I don't know where my spine is curved, so they may get it in there. They didn't do it. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't do it. But the whole process of that, my mom, who's supposed to, you need a person to take you home after because there's no beds in the hospital. Exactly. So who's ready to sign up for all of those things? I do it by myself. I'm okay hiring a PSW to do it. And then, oh yeah,
True.
my mom just sends me money so I can get it done. Like that's what we're doing. Like if my family is not there, they send me
Mm-hmm.
money towards the appointment I need to go to.
Me.
And then I claim it on my
That's
income taxes as if I spent that money to do it because it went in my bank account. It's a gift. Then I use it for my medical expenses. I keep the
mm-hmm.
receipts and
Mm-hmm.
I claim it on my taxes
Fair.
because the
Fair.
disability tax credits
Mm-hmm.
that the caregiver could get the tax benefits. You know
Yes.
this, you've seen it
Yeah.
in the documents. My family didn't want to sign the paper to get those tax benefits
Interesting.
because I don't have a disability according to them.
Oh
Okay, sure.
dear.
Bye.
Oh dear.
You know how many thousands of dollars they lost because they wouldn't fill out that one form?
Family and loved ones, friends, loved ones. There are things that you are missing out
Does
on.
chat follow along what's happening? I don't know. You control
Yeah.
chat. What are they on? Do they understand what's happening like at all?
Everyone's I think everyone's just shocked and not saying anything because this is wild. Like the fact that I'm still stuck on ODSP
Oh, we
capping
probably
you.
that has to probably be another episode, really.
That capping you on that asset and then family members not utilizing those tax
Tax benefits.
credits
Yeah.
benefits because not only can you open up RDSP, but your family can open it up for you if you're like the story that you just mentioned about your cousin.
Hmm.
Your family member could open up for him, so
I like.
he'd
I
be able
hope
to
my
have.
aunt. I asked my aunt if she made the arrangements for him. It sounded like she did because she's been dealing with since the 70s. Like,
Okay, okay,
so it's like this is an older cousin. He's
yeah.
50, like he's up there. She's really up there. She to me she looks tired all the time. Even though she
Mm,
says, I'm just coping, I'm just dealing with it. And then, God will provide. Like the way she handles it is similar to how I handle everything. We just have to get up and do it.
yeah,
Who's gonna
it's
do it? And then with her, she was the advocate for her son, trying to make
yeah,
sure he got all the disability accommodations because he
nice.
can't verbalize any of it. So it was always her, even family functions. Like he would be over and
Mm-hmm.
my mom said something and I guess he was offended by it because he had an emotional reaction to it. And then
Yeah,
my mom had to my mom like sometimes they talk to him like he doesn't verbally understand the conversation in the room. But it's the same thing with me. They were talking about whatever big people problems. I'm in the room. I'm hiding under the table as a kid. I knew everything was going on. We know what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah.
So to
Shucks.
act like, oh, because they have a disability, they don't understand, or they're too young, they don't understand, don't do that. Your kids understand everything. They can log on and set up a Facebook account right in front of you in the
Ooh,
room, and all your phones ping at the same time. My brother did that. That's why I brought that up. He was 13. They gave him a phone. He got on
yeah.
Facebook. The minute he logged on to Facebook, everybody that had his phone number pinged he was on Facebook. And he did it.
Mm-mm.
We were sitting on the couch. He's sitting
Yeah.
somewhere on the couch. Everybody, we all pinged at the same time. I burst out laughing
Jeez.
so hard.
Jeez. Cause like, and
I
that
would
that
wait
even
till three.
goes
I
relates
would
to
wait till three
finance.
o'clock in the internet to surf the internet, like dial-up internet and jacking up the bill of dial-up internet. That was my generation. My brother, literally,
Who
that's
experienced AOL up in here? Jeez,
not even. It was net
cheese
zero.
and
My dad didn't want to pay for it. We had net zero for free internet, like the level of free internet that we had
OMG.
in the house on dial-up internet. Yeah, like because one time I was on the internet because the bipolar, sometimes the bipolar, I don't sleep.
Mm.
So I'm up all night. I'm on the internet. I'm talking to people, all this stuff. The bill was $3,000. My dad was so, because it was a package of internet hours. You bought 10 hours, you bought 20 hours of internet. Then they charge you for more hours. Now we have,
Jeez.
that's probably why we have unlimited minutes, unlimited internet,
Jeez,
unlimited data.
because granted, I never looked at the bill at the time when I was on AOL. I'm gonna big up one of my friends that was always on MSN with me.
Yeah. And ICQ.
Yes, ICQ, but wow, 3,000?
Hmm.
Oh my
If you ever
gosh.
go outside and you come to my family barbecue, you will hear him talk about it. Just ask him about it. He'll
3,000, but that's wild. I would be cussing too.
he did. Even now, I'm 39. He still brings it up. He still cusses about it. That and my
Mm.
brace is costing $10,000. Yes.
Oh, mine was about that. And I only got the front, not the front, the top ones cuz it was expensive back in the day, right?
You had
Jeez.
$10,000 for your top teeth?
Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I it was really expensive and I went to the school downtown.
Hmm.
What is it called?
You can do it
Can't
at
remember.
UFT. UFT does it
No, my teeth are up to par.
right now. Mine are
Yeah.
shifting. Right now, I'm trying to get a Invisalign to put the
No,
gap back in.
no. If you seen how my teeth looked at back in the day, it was jacked. I'm happy with what I'm cool. Once those retainers broke, I was like, boom, bam, bam.
Yeah,
Let's
mine
keep it
didn't fit
moving.
anymore. And then I learned. So I had braces from 14 to 18. And then when I
Mm,
got into webcam, OnlyFan content industry, there's a whole fetish of braces and retainers.
is that so?
I found out after
Oh.
because
Oh yeah, 14 to yep.
cam
Okay.
model cam model Izzy Charm, she'd made a lot of money from her braces when she had them.
So so
Yeah,
now
I know.
now
I
now
know. I know. I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry.
nah
But
nah cuz
actually, no. It says in the title, disability, cam modeling, financial independence, mission to become a millionaire. How do you think
exactly.
I'm going to become a millionaire? Most of my income is going to be webcam on top of disability.
So
How
what
do I,
other
and then reporting it, if you're wondering, how do I report my income? Blah, blah, blah. Profit and loss statement. I use the
Yeah.
Wave accounting software, and I need Camille to
I
do my
hate waves.
bookkeeping. I know you hate it. I know. I might go if you your QuickBooks, right?
Yes.
If you teach me QuickBooks, I will use it. Then I'll pay the $5, $10 a month for
All
QuickBooks.
right, because I was about to
I probably have to go on an annual plan. I can't do monthly. Just let me pay down a credit card, and then we do the annual plan, and you set me up on QuickBooks.
boom
And
bam
then the
bam.
accounts need to reconcile. We had a
Yes.
discussion. We know
Yes.
how to do it.
But what this is to help others. This is to help others. This does not have to be you per se or
Hmm.
things that you've seen people do or you've done, but you know for a fact if you are tight on money, what are some things that you can do online or in the wide world web to boost some money? Because you'll
Okay, so that question. Do you hear the car?
no, me don't hear nothing.
Okay, good. My headset is wonderful. It's just me. Okay, so fast money on the internet is very rare
Not fast money.
because
I don't want
no,
fast
no, I'm
money.
not like so
Yeah,
fast for me
yeah.
is within 30 days. I'm talking about 30 days. Because
Okay.
remember when I started webcam, 30
Mm-hmm.
days later I made 300 US dollars.
There, there.
But I was online 16 hours a day live streaming on the websites. It's not the same anymore.
Mm.
The traffic, like here we have people in chat, like there's people in chat, people popping up in chat asking questions. So with the webcam environment, it's a chat room similar to this.
Yeah.
You only make money when someone in chat
Mm-hmm.
clicks the interactive buttons, the
Yeah.
emojis or the equivalent of
Like
super
the
chat,
super
like
chat. Yeah.
something on the website has to be connected to their credit card that they click and you make money.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a slow day, there's
Mm-hmm.
nobody there, or a website wants to do some technical upgrades, but they keep, so the way webcam sites work, some of the websites are working, some people are having technical problems, they're not making any money. And then
Yeah.
sometimes some of the websites get the DOS attack where the whole website roughly shuts down.
The heck?
But the way the companies are built, because they're technology companies,
Mm-hmm.
they're able to have some people still be there and make money, some
Okay.
people not making money.
Okay.
Like with logging into Uber, you could make money on Uber, but if you're, what neighborhood do you have a collection of Uber drivers all hovering together in a certain part of
So
the neighborhood?
annoying.
Exactly.
It's so annoying. Downtown is the best area, but it's not the best for cars because big up to those parking infraction people that love to catch people. Sorry,
But
that
that,
was.
like think about it. Like we're in a high inflation and crisis. We just came
Hmm.
out of the pandemic. A lot of us were forced to work from home. Some of us never want to go back to the office no matter what you do.
Right?
Then like there's Gig Marketplace. Gig Marketplace was a remote call center. I learned to work from home when I stopped going into a physical call center because my psychiatrist at the time said that call center had a higher suicide rate next to dentists. Yeah, exactly.
Dentist?
Yeah, dentists and call center representatives, higher mental health, higher mental depression, higher reasons to not be on the planet. Yeah.
Golly. Well,
So
I understand the. I
I
understand one of
shifted.
them.
I had to
Dentist?
shift. Even though, yes, I was working from home on webcam, there's
Yeah.
times in my mental health I stopped. I worked at Cineplex for $8.75 an hour. I did the job interview for Door to Door Rogers, trying to bundle people's services. I hated that job. And then if I did outbound call center, that was Rogers trying to bundle people's services. Hated that job. I really like inbound call center. So inbound call center was
People.
customer service for the dating chat line live links, paying me $15 an hour. Then call center back then paid more money than minimum wage. So remember, I'm
Mm.
2003 to
Yes, this is.
2024,
I keep it.
right? You know how long I've been making less than $10 an hour minimum wage if I went out? Oh, you found them. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
done. Yes.
Boom, bam, bam.
They keep texting me all the time for jobs right now.
Yeah.
They're contract
Interesting.
jobs, they're temporary jobs, but they're call center. You have to set up your whole computer like a call center with a headset. They
I'll
may
put
tell
it
you get
in
another
the.
a second phone line,
Oh,
and you have to pay for some of them you have to pay for training. It's like you're not an employee. Some of these jobs you're not an employee, you don't
sounds
get
like a
benefits.
scam
It's
to
you've
me.
seen the definition of employee and self-employed on the CRA website.
Yeah.
That you probably have to make a whole video about that, because some people really think when they
Mhm.
see a job posting for a job that would traditionally be employee jobs, they're being outsourced, they're being contracted,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they learned either outsource it to India or pay people as a contract. Yes?
And I
No?
think
Yeah.
most employers are getting more contracts because it's more affordable. They don't have to worry about the taxes, CPP, EI, and all that stuff. They're like,
Hmm.
here, boom, you just take
And they
care of
put
that
the
part.
responsibility of CPP on you. Like
Mhm.
me, with my income taxes being so low the way it is, I
Mhm.
typically don't contribute to my CPP. My CPP
Mm.
disability, CPP, same bucket, same money,
Yeah.
$30 a month. So then when I turn 65, my
Mm.
OAS, GIS might be $1,000, but if I'm still on ODSP, they take it back dollar for dollar. Yeah.
We gotta find out this ish because this is making me. It's so annoying. Gosh.
Look,
And the, okay, so
I
there's
wish I was
there's
a regular non-disabled person, but I'm not. I
no, but I mean, I'm annoyed for you because I just deep down when I'm listening to you, I'm like they're trying to trap you in this to keep you in the system.
oh, it's work. Oh, so because I've been coaching people,
Oh,
I
you do
was
coaching. See,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
another
I
way.
do. I do coaching. So the coaching, I just it's depend like I'm now charging, I'm testing out my starter rate.
Mhm.
So I was doing networking at the Women Chamber of Commerce. They're virtual. You can attend. You can totally they're free right now, but they
Yes,
also
yes.
pay as you can scale to get a
Mm.
membership in the Chamber of Commerce. And I don't really like them because they're still excluding disability
Mm.
and
Got it.
people in adult entertainment. So adult entertainment are still excluded. And I'm like, we don't have the same problems. Pay inequality, never had that problem. I made my own money. I'm on social assistance. I'm good. Remember, my rent started at $699 in 2004. Now I'm
Hey.
paying $960. Different apartment, bigger space. I went from not a living room to having a living room and a one bedroom. And I've been here for 16 years. Rent control, yay. But if I move out to a nicer unit, $2,000 a month. So we're going to stay here. We're going to paint the walls, do the floors.
Yo!
Maybe I can,
I know
maybe I,
someone's listening to this and cheese because
it's an episode of Seinfeld. If I don't live here anymore,
yeah.
or I move out, or I pass away,
Oh,
first
it's
thing
gonna
is
be
people want my apartment. I already know that.
skyrocket.
I already know people want my apartment instantly. They say
Skyrocket.
if I sublet the apartment, maybe you can still pay the same $960, or we don't tell my landlord and you move in, and then I add your name to the lease like you're a roommate, and then yeah, you know what I mean?
They're
But
not gonna see this.
I don't, I don't know. I don't care. They're a private company owned by a white family. I don't care. You know what I mean? The amount of buildings that properties that this company owns, I
Yeah.
don't care. Like that, you get my rent from the
Golly.
government. Oh yeah, that ODSP pays the market rent directly to my landlord.
Wait.
I don't touch my rent check. My rent check, like it's market rent, so I pay full market value of the rent. But
Okay.
because of the timing of
Mhm.
when I moved in here, rent was 725. When I got on ODSP, my rent was about 750 or 775. Then it goes up every year.
Mm.
Then ODSP at one point was 1169, $1,169, and then it paused because Ford to say we're not increasing the ODSP anymore. Like it was increasing before.
Yeah.
Ford cut the budget. Then we got the pandemic. Then Ford was forced to increase social assistance with inflation. That's why it goes up now in July to $1,368. Then Mike Harris did some cuts, then some other person did some cuts. So it never had a chance to maintain inflation because whatever white man in power decided to not increase it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Gosh,
social
God.
assistance is from 1970. My uncle is on it. Oh yeah, my uncle with the disability and the hearing aid. He's on ODSP, but he's older than me.
Yeah.
Is he 60, 70? He's somewhere up there. But
Mm.
my grandma helps him. So that
Mm.
because it her
Mm.
brother, my
Brother.
grand uncle, yeah, grand uncle, because it's my
Yes,
grandma's
yes, yes,
brother,
yes.
but he's not a
Okay.
great uncle, I don't think. Because
No, 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 he wouldn't.
great uncle's the next my
Yeah.
grandma's grandma, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's great
Trying
uncle. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. If it's your
no, because
grandma's brother, it's your grand uncle.
yeah, my grand
Yeah.
uncle. So he has hardly. I remember as a kid, he was getting his hearing aid, but
Yeah.
he was on ODSP, whatever it was in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Mm.
Then he was on the list for housing. So if you're wondering why I'm not on housing, it's a 20-year waiting list.
Stop.
Yeah, yeah,
Stop. 20 years?
it's longer, but yeah, it's roughly.
It's a good thing you
So
it's good that I shouted
roughly
that
in the
so.
pandemic, my uncle got into housing, and my grandma said, "You know, your uncle got into housing. We just moved him in and bought him all this furniture and stuff. How come you're not in housing?" And the history of why I'm not in housing, I don't think my grandma really understands. When I got this apartment,
Mm.
because I'm leaving that toxic environment, or my mental health was too bad that I wasn't paying rent in the previous
Mm.
apartment beside the Phoenix Concert Theater, I was on the list for housing. They found me a place the day I got this apartment with keys in my hand, trying to
Mm.
figure out connecting my internet service. And oh, yeah, no air conditioner in this place that was hot like fire.
Fire and AC though.
And I
S-
had to I put newspapers or tinfoil in the window to block out the sun. Yeah.
Dang, dang.
Or it was black construction paper. I forgot what I used. I used some giant paper in my windows to block out the sun before I bought blinds.
Hmm. So that's wild.
Because my
Oh
last
goodness.
apartment had blinds.
Yes.
I didn't have to worry about it. So we just added curtains to it. Then I moved
Mm-hmm.
here and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Now there's the sheer curtain, blackout curtains, but I hooked up with the shower curtain hooks. Like I didn't like the blinds, so I cut them. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh crap, I still needed something. So there's these weird little hooks and then non-matching. You see it in my video. There's a
Yeah.
non-matching curtain in there.
Yeah.
I should change it, but it's from 2007. And
You're like,
then I could send it back to Bed Bath and Beyond because you can do a refund without the receipt,
meh.
but it's
Mm.
fine. Like they function. I just need to go to
No,
Budget
they
Blinds.
they
I just
just
need to go.
bankrupt.
Oh, they did. Oh, that's probably why. That's probably why. But yeah,
That's
I just need new
wait.
blinds. I just need to renovate my apartment and make it nicer.
Yeah,
Like that's
because if
it.
it's nine something, might
Yes.
as well. Um, so we have the webcam. So we Uber. There's the
Oh yeah, money,
gigs.
making money. I'm so sorry, people. I'm
No,
so sorry. But
this is
yeah,
this is
actually, no. I told like that's how it works. There's a me. Remember, I webcam for 20 years.
hmm
I know how to log on, make money quickly, and log off. I built an audience online. Remember, we are fussing over the SEO for the title of the show
yeah.
because I need it to boost certain
hmm
search engine results for me. Because
Yeah.
I constantly talk about personal finance. So you, with your personal finance stuff,
Yeah.
I try to find like when you were sending me, oh, the thumbnail, I'm trying to look for your channel. You know how long it took me to find this channel because it says things I wish I knew about money. You know how that topic
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
bombards YouTube search that I couldn't find. And then when I looked up Fit Finance IQ, which even
mhm.
that name is not
Fitnance.
searchable. Yeah.
Fitnance.
Yeah, you make like don't change it, but
Yeah.
make another website with a
To,
searchable, easier to remember name. Like think about it.
you
Minnie on
you'll
Cam,
help me on that.
no one's gonna question that. Like, oh yeah, right.
I know. It's because when people hear the name, they think of fitness and then finance. I'm like, no, 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 you're mixing it up. It's okay.
But there's a financial coach, Kelsa. She has
hmm
her fitness financial. She helps fitness people with their finances, like people that do the big weight. What is that? Deadlift? Yeah,
Lifting. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
you could do it.
Yeah,
She does it. Just
yeah.
I don't want to recommend, but piggyback off of her search results.
Also, hold
Because
on.
you're not going to copy, like, I know you're
No,
not going to
no, no, no,
copy
I'm not gonna.
anything. It's
No.
just because you're both in the same niche
Cat.
with the same name. She's physical finance or some, like, it's a weird name.
Physical
And then she
finance.
has another
Interesting.
coaching business specifically for people, gym people that want
You
to get their
hear us thinking
finances in
I was
order.
being unique. Taurus.
No, you're not. Because and no, you're not, because fitness finance used to go to the accredited financial counselor's website.
Fair enough. That's yes. That's why I
Yeah,
was
this
playing
is
with the
how my
words.
brain works. This is why I don't have a job. This is why an employer would totally fire me because I can't stay on topic. But
But I feel like we went through everything. Actually, the only thing that we haven't spoke about is advice to individuals with disability.
I think I covered it. Like, your disability is different. You need a doctor who's your
Mm,
advocate.
true, 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 true.
Um, Depending on your mental capacity to absorb all of the information around finance and disability accommodations
Mm,
and disability inclusion, are you an employee? Are you self-employed? They're different strategies.
yeah.
And then your
S-
disability insurance, is it from your employer? Is it from the government? Is it from the federal government or for the province? They're also different strategies, because the coaching, I get to go back to the coaching. Yay. So
mhm.
the person I was coaching, she
Yeah.
just became disabled, but she had an employer. She got
Mm,
her insurance payout from the employer, but the employer said you cannot make more money if you're getting your long-term disability. She's getting about $3,000 or $4,000 a month.
mhm.
Does it, I don't think it increases to inflation. It's a weird, for her to get her long-term disability. She just gets her long. She they don't let her make her own money. Maybe she'll make money from winning the lottery. Like, it's a that part of the policy, that environment. I have no idea how messed up it is, because
Mm.
I'm in the government being messed up. You know what I mean? Like, this is my
Yeah.
lane. This is my pot of soup. I know government assistance programs. I try to read the other provinces' policy of their programs, but an employer insurance like Desjardins, Sun Life, all those big companies offer disability insurance through individually you buying it yourself,
Yeah.
or your employer picking a plan from one of those. It's all the same companies. Like the Canada Dental Plan that's coming out, the
Mhm.
insurance they're working with is Sun Life.
Mm.
And then my
Interesting.
dentist said they're not taking patients with only ODSP or OW as insurance. We have to apply for the Canada Dental Plan. But the Canada Dental Plan also says if I can buy my own plan. So when
Mhm.
I go back to college, college tuition gives me a plan.
Correct.
Then Canada Dental Plan will be like, well, you're enrolled in post secondary. Do you have a dental plan? They already know they do. They already knew from medical
Jump.
expenses and all that stuff. So when I go to college and pay for 3 years of college and the college has a dental plan, guess it's better than ODSP. This is why I want to go back to college. And my parents didn't really promise to pay for tuition. I go use credit cards and OSAP and yeah. And
Golly.
I love them, but now you still made decisions that I have to fix. Yeah.
So is the
This
case,
is why
right?
I love Capital One. Thank you very much for $7,000. I'll be paying you down to pay for school. Like, it's and PC Financial gave me $4,000. We're paying for school. Don't worry, school will get paid. And if you want to help
Ooh.
the cause, if you want to make sure I go to school, buy me a coffee. That's just
Oh, I don't think that's worked for me yet.
no.
I've
You're not asking people. I ask them all the time.
no, I have it in the thing. Well,
Have
you
it
know
in the
what,
link.
folks?
You don't
Buy us
present it.
both a coffee, please and
Yes.
thank you.
Support the channels, support the cause, support the education, support the entertainment, support the. If you really want me to leave poverty, you're gonna have to support something. It's that
And
simple.
you know what? I'm excited for this journey for you because it's needed
I would
and
like to have it happen before I turn 65. If it does
so
not
that's the goal.
happen,
Well, that's your goal.
no, like
Million?
there's
No,
two
no, you have to put it.
oh
You
my
gotta
god,
have to set into one.
there is
Sorry.
two paths.
Okay,
There's
got
two
it.
paths. And the reason there's two, remember the insurance.
See.
ODSP covers my expensive medication that gives me side effects.
Mm,
It's one of them is $2,000 a month. A day. I take a pill every day that costs me $2,000 a month. You should have heard me this morning. I was cussing. Like it's yeah, because I grabbed the box. There's 28 pills in there. Each
Yeah.
pill is 2,000 divided by 28. What is that?
Don't make sure you don't drop it.
Sometimes I
Make
do,
sure.
and I hope it doesn't fall underneath the stove
$71
or
and 43 cents a
that
day.
reduces my symptoms of multiple sclerosis. That lets my pubic hair fall out because it's bald now. Thank you for the side effects. Plus other side effects, but that's the one I was told the hair would grow back. It's not growing back.
Interesting.
It's just not. And it's not worth going to the Brazilian and get a Brazilian wax. It's just not. Like I would like my Russian wax lady to wax it, but she just pulls skin. It's just totally useless to pay her $50.
No.
It's just I have to get a regular shaver and just yeah. Or hair.
Golly.
Yeah. This is like we're acting like treating a disability is an easy peasy thing. We know it's big pharma, then
Mm,
paying big pharma, then have a
mm,
doctor diagnose me properly, then
yeah.
go through social assistance because they pay for the prescriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, not all of them. Like they're not paying for the vitamin D, they're not paying for the B12,
Mm. Yeah, because
they're
those
not
are
paying for
like
the chiropractor.
natural supplements.
They're not paying for the chiropractor, they're not paying for massage therapist, they're not paying for the sliding scale therapist. Like everything I told you, some of it is my own money from being a webcam model that you think I need a real job. No, because
Not
you're not
me. Over
exact, but
society, society.
yeah, the
Just to make sure people are like, wow, that's what Camille said. No.
no, not the
Society,
host. The
society.
host is fine. Remember, I put her through training. She is fine.
That's true. That's true.
She passed the test. It's
Woo!
okay. We would not be doing this if you failed. I mean,
That is very true.
and
That
I
is
wouldn't be the way I message you almost every day and try not to mess you 4 o'clock in the morning. you're if you get a text message at 4 o'clock in the morning, you hit the bonus round, okay?
Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't.
But
Depends on my
that like
sleeping pattern.
disability is all like childhood trauma, ops. You
Mhm.
read my long paragraph that you couldn't use on the show. Yeah. It's on my LinkedIn. It's on my LinkedIn. It's on the LinkedIn. There's a LinkedIn version. Dr. Vibe has a version of it. Dr. Vibe's intro summarizes all the stuff I went through. They think I'm a genius. Yeah, but I went through so many obstacles. I went through the 7 or 12 challenges of Hercules. That's what I've done.
Hercules.
And then I don't know, pick
That's
pick a Bible story that goes through 15, 22 challenges and still comes out the other end. Oh yeah, Jesus, he did. Yeah, yeah, I'm right up there of obstacles and everything.
yeah. Oh
Like
man.
I don't know, like did people
So
think this
the
would be an easy show? Because this is not an
right?
easy show.
No, I hear you. So the one path is this, and the
Mhm.
second path,
Right. So if I make a lot of money
yeah.
and I gradually go through income profit every month with a caseworker and I put my money in my investment,
Okay.
either my assets are too big and I'm off of ODSP, or my monthly income is too big and I'm off of ODSP. So let's say my business does really well: the coaching, the webcam, the YouTube channel, the online courses, affiliate marketing, whatever direct sales company I'm in that's health and wellness and finance, whatever company I pick, and they make a lot of money and they do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And we do my income minus expenses. And then the thing is, section 5.4, self employment, y'all need to go read that. It's ODSP. They don't acknowledge all of my expenses.
Mm. Hmm.
CRA expense report that they acknowledge for self employment corporations are different than ODSP.
Wow. So you need
It's
two.
not just, oh, make a lot of money and leave the government. No, I have to go through every step of the 13 sections of the policy.
Yeah.
And oh, yeah, not get married. If I get married and my spouse has too much assets,
Hmm.
they reduce us together to $50,000 of assets and $100,000 of the life insurance policy. Yeah, I know you hate it. Yes,
I'm
I
glad
know.
you understood that side because it makes me so upset.
I would like to be off of it in 5 years when I'm 45. I would like to. But if
Okay.
I'm not, they're going to push me off when I turn 64. They're going to send a letter, apply for OAS, GIS, and CPP. Then I have
Mhm.
to do it
Mhm.
because if I don't do it, they'll freeze my file, make it difficult, and make go through an audit. So either I do it before or I'm forced to do it when I turn 65. Then
See.
65, remember dollar for dollar, they cut back CPP, all that stuff. I have to make more money after the age of 65. I literally have to make a lot of money as much as possible until the day I'm no longer here. Then I got to set up a will and put stuff in my assets.
Mhm.
And then I
So
got to figure out which family with children that I like that teach them wealth building,
we'll
legacy
get it.
building, next generational wealth because nobody is going to squander my money away. You, remember,
So
we
mm.
put back the $83,000 in the RDSP alone.
And that's almost gone. Oh gosh, you know my thing. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold on.
Like, let me finish it off with my net worth at the moment right now. Because I don't think people fully understand the grasp of what it means to leave ODSP without reading the 13 sections of the policy directive that I'm tied to for the rest of my life. And the government needs me to send them all my bank statements every single month.
Oh,
And
I've
especially
changed
if they're
it.
doing new training or they have a quota to fill to review enough people to see if they can push them off of ODSP. Yeah, for the month of May, my net worth was $73,830. Majority of that is the registered disability savings plan. Then next is the RRSP. Almost close the tab. Hold on. Then tax-free savings account. Then the first home savings account. And I opened a taxable account. So the
Mhm.
taxable account goes over $40,000. I'm off of ODSP. Income support. And then I got moved over to transitional health benefits, extended health benefits, because they still cover my prescriptions.
Mhm.
Then I get a private plan, but then I don't get eligible for the Canada dental plan because at the private plan, like if the government knows I have a private plan, but I only have prescription plan, they're gonna why aren't you getting the dental plan? You know what I mean? Like they're gonna
Yeah.
investigate more. Like it's not just just go make a lot of money and just go. Like, no, like what maze are we in? I don't know. Like
Which makes
how many
or
mazes did we go through? You know what I mean?
Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
But ideally in a in your world, your game plan is to get off in 5 years.
Yeah, if I can. Like a
Yeah,
lot of
you
and
will
then
you will be able to.
no,
I
it's not
believe in you.
oh
Well,
my god.
no, no,
The
wait. When I say it like that is I don't want you to think you can't
I
do
know
it.
like we know
Yeah.
what we know
Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
what have I been doing here for 2 hours? We know I
True.
want to. We know I can.
Yes.
Disability.
No. I am
Last week,
totally
where
I'm
was I
there.
last week? Psych evaluation at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health.
Mm.
We're acting like this is going to be perfectly fine. I'm never going to go off my meds. I'm never going to go run off and spend money on strippers and go substances or try a new substance or anything or take the gummy bear that's filled with THC in it. Like they found me naked in the hallway and during the pandemic. Oh yeah, I left that out too. Yeah, I had multiple psychotic breaks in my lifetime that were
Mhm.
not pretty. Oh, we didn't talk about law enforcement coming to do a wellness check on me and I'm naked in the hallway. No clothes at all. I went psychotic. They found me. Yes, I would like to be off of ODSP. Yes, I need to be a millionaire. That is non-negotiable. All
See.
my the amount of coffee you guys will buy me will still not cover all of my medical expenses. Oh, I would like to go back to college. I like to take 3 programs in college: business, finance, accounting. Oh,
Mhm.
career development practitioner, and maybe the IT program at the college. Why do I want to take so many programs at the college? Because Section 5.11 and Section 5.18 post-secondary education says all my income and assets are exempt under ODSP. I know we went through 2 hours of all of this, and how many times I bring up ODSP and this obstacle and this madness and this caseworker. And legal aid, I don't want to talk to legal aid. So I'm going to get a membership at Legal Shield so I have my own network of lawyers that will be there at a drop of a hat to defend my case in any way possible so that what? I can leave a will. I can leave my estate. Maybe if
Mm.
you have children, they'll get money from anti-cam, the other anti-cam. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, I'm not a normal person. I'm not a normal
True.
able-bodied person.
Understood.
I got lucky with a disability that I'm still able to relatively function.
Mm-hmm.
But with the aid of antipsychotic medication that people tell me, oh, you shouldn't be taking that medication. I live with the side effects of weight gain, stomach issues, all that stuff. Why? I need to be back to a level that I can function. And then, even though I can function, every form my doctor fills out is permanent, prolonged disability, never going anywhere. You know how many times I go to my family doctor and I do a wellness check and we're just checking my mood state? Are you bipolar? Do we need to change your medications? If we change my medications, you know how much side effects I go through if we change my medications? Oh, right. ODSP has to pay for it. We don't know if they're going to pay for it. Because last time when ODSP didn't pay for my medication, I was going through samples from the drug reps that drop off all the medications at the doctor's office to figure out which works. We already know it didn't work because how many times I've been to the medical ward, either St. Joe's, St. Mike's, find me naked in the hallway, like this still it could still happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really, like no, like every able-bodied person, you're lucky. I wish someone chops off your foot. Like not break your foot because you did something
You said
stupid.
chop it. You didn't say
Chop it
break. You
off.
said
Yes,
chop
I
it
did.
off. Me
I
don't want
did.
my foot
And
chop
oh,
off.
right. A lot of the black community goes through what? Diabetes. You could have your foot chopped off. Yes, you could.
Oh
Then
shit.
that's a disability. Yes, you could be missing toes, missing a whole half a leg. Then, oh yeah, your job is going to make you go through hell to prove you're disabled. Oh, and before the age of 49 and 59 to apply for the disability tax credit because there's age limits on those accounts. You have to prove you're disabled because they chopped off your foot, even though they chopped off your foot. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope no one's foot gets chopped off. But I also know that there has been I do remember a couple people with diabetes and something had to get chopped off. So we had to take care of our health too. Like obviously mental health is very important. And we've been talking about it for a good while.
We talk about it. I talk about something else. I tell you a wonderful story. I talk about it. And it's because it is super stressful. The
Hmm.
capacity that I have to absorb all of this information is my
Mm,
survival kick.
true. When
It's
are you
it's
writing a book?
I'm working on. Did Dr. Vibe ask me that question?
No, this is a question I always ask. Is what's like the
Okay,
next
there is a
avenue? But
running Word document. I
yeah,
go in there, I write whatever comes up.
that's a
Sometimes
good
it's
idea.
therapeutic because
Yeah,
Business Made Simple, Donald Miller, he had Allison Phelan on there about she's a course called Write Your Story. I'm
yeah,
working on it. I'm totally working on it. Yes, I would love it to be a bestseller and have Oprah read it. Yes, that was always the mission when I 2004 when I left that
right. Oh,
weird house situation.
mhm.
But at the same time, I'm living through everything I just told you.
True, true.
And yes, we like need to live through all of it. But how many people we know with mental illness they're not here?
Hmm.
Remember, Mrs. Doubtfire was on television the other day. He's never going to make another movie ever again,
Facts.
and he was stable. Oh, the chef guy, Anthony Bourdain, he was relatively stable. He had a bestseller book. He had a run of had so many TV shows and all of that stuff. He's not here. Batman, the Joker, him too, not here.
Fudge.
Yes, we like me to be here. Yes, Cam, you have my phone number, and I think you may have screenshots of my address. Like you, but you don't go outside.
I know, but you know what? What is the number for the support? Because even thinking about that, um,
I'm trying to make it. It's a serious subject, but I'm trying to make you not absorb it.
Oh no, but this
I know,
is
and
this is
the audience as well. Like
no,
not
but
like because
I'm
you literally
okay.
everybody gets to watch the show and go back to your life. I
Mm.
I have to calm down because I said so many things. I'm gonna overthink that I said too many things. Then I'll eventually go to sleep or watch Netflix till 5 o'clock in the morning, whichever comes first. I literally shared my entire business with everybody and people on the replay. Yeah, I still have to go back and fight the bureaucracy, patriarchy, some weird ass caseworker with an opinion, and go back at it. Like, oh, I have to log in every seventh of the month and report my income for the previous month for ODSP.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, because the seventh falls on a Friday, I missed it. I'm trying to log in and do it. I couldn't do it on the weekend. I got to do it first thing Monday morning. Reporting late affects my file, even though it was a technical reason I couldn't report it.
Yeah.
Like I should have faxed it in or something, my income and profit statement. That every month I have to do that. Every month they could audit me. Every month they could send me a letter. We're putting your file on hold because you didn't do something on time.
Mm.
Since 2011 until I turned 64.
Fudge.
And then even if I'm no longer receiving income support from ODSP, I'm still getting
Mm-hmm.
the health benefits from ODSP. I still be eligible for the health benefit. It's
Okay,
not,
that's a good thing. Cause I
yeah,
thought,
no,
okay.
I have to be eligible for everything in ODSP. There's always eligibility criteria based on income and assets to be eligible. Then income, assets, and how much do my medical expenses cost?
Mm.
Then the same thing with Trillium Drug Plan. The Trillium Drug Plan also has an income requirement. Then I have to pay the premium copay every quarter, and then my prescriptions. Private insurance, I got quoted $187 a month. They'll cover everything to a certain point, and then if they don't cover it, I have to pay it out of pocket, like the chiropractor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
again, like I could tell you everything, but you don't go through any of it at all. You don't go through any of this stuff at all. Okay, you may have one prescription that's not covered, no problem. Your medical expenses are probably not as big as mine, or they don't have the potential as being as big as mine. We're assuming I'm not going to be diagnosed with something else in the future. Like everybody pray my colonoscopy in July is normal and clear. Like I have to go through it because the doctor, the males in my family, they're going through cancer. So
Mm-hmm.
because there's no history of cancer, we have to go check what that is. I have to go do that.
Mm.
I have to pay the PSW $40 minimum 3 hours to bring me home, sit with me a while because my mom may or may not be here to do that job. Yeah, like you don't have to worry. That's my next thing I worry about. That's the
Mm-hmm.
next on the vitamin D. I have to go to Rexall on Seniors Day, buy one get one half off to get 10,000 units of
Wednesdays, right?
well, whenever it is,
Yeah.
or whatever flyer I log on and see there's vitamin D on sale.
Mm.
You're not buying 4 bottles of vitamin D at 1,000 units. I am. You know what I
I'm
mean?
looking at the one I have to take, and I haven't taken it.
What
It
is the
reminds
iron
me. Thank
pills?
you.
Which one is it? Is it iron?
Iron, vitamin D. Uh, I'm actually, now that you say it, I have to be more mindful about my
Yes.
supplements as well because
I
it's
I will
it's.
post on Twitter. Here's a good
Mhm.
reminder to take your prescription as prescribed as your doctor recommended. Like I will post it on, and I post my pills, my pill organizer on my Instagram. Did you see it on my Instagram? Where my pill organizer on my Instagram? I
Jeez, I
load them
seen
up
it
every week.
before.
Yeah, I load up every week. I put my pills in. I may need to get more of them or the bigger one. Or people have been using the toolkit where they put the nails in to put their pills in
Yeah, yeah,
because it's so
yeah.
big. It's like
Mm.
the size of a computer laptop screen.
Golly.
Yeah, most people like most of like y'all we didn't ask chat who lives with a disability or mental health condition or a chronic condition or high blood pressure or diabetes or hypertension or migraines. Your migraine the other day. Remember what did I tell you? Stay in a dark room, keep it quiet.
Mm. And I experience this almost every month.
Yeah, the migraine is considered a disability. You may or may not, I mean, depending on how you fill a form, you may get
Mm.
accommodations. Like if you do your bookkeeping exams, you would get the disability accommodations for the migraine.
Mm.
But most people,
That's a thought.
like, how many,
I know.
like,
And I think the one thing about like our community and with certain disabilities, they don't see it. As you said before, they don't see it as a disability. So
mhm.
I'm glad we're having this chat
And
and
I'm trying to cover
being
all of them to let people know
yeah.
it's a broad spectrum. It's look at the Human Rights Tribunal disability definition. It's a long definition.
Mm,
And then there's different things in it, like asking your employer for accommodations.
mm,
Legally, they're supposed to do it. You can go to an employment lawyer and then sue them if they don't do it. But they also have to do it in a way that it doesn't cause harm to you or the company.
hmm.
Like my friend right now trying to get accommodations from Amazon and Rogers, and then Amazon is offering her the RSP contribution matches, and I'm telling her do both of them because you got government match and employer match. I don't have
Shucks.
government match and employer match
Of course.
because if you're still able to function and access things from your employer and the government, and you're still depending on, like, yeah, you could have a disability and not access your employer disability,
Mm-hmm.
but you could access the federal government disability and not social assistance because your income is high enough to support you.
Yeah.
Because my
Mm.
family doctor saying she's filling out the disability form for her husband. Last I remember, he's an engineer. I don't remember, like, when, what? Because I get pockets of information from my family doctor that she's a real human being. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, okay.
Fudge.
Like that. And you're not gonna. No, a lot of people are not gonna admit to anybody they have a condition at all.
Ego and pride. Ego and pride for indeed.
What happens pride before a fall? What happens? I forgot what it said. I forgot.
Ah, shucks.
Yeah, this conversation's easy for me.
Yeah.
Disability and end of life. I already know where end of life. I'm going to donate my body to science, but because I'm an organ donor, I cannot be an organ donor and donate my body to a science program for a college or university. Like I could
Mm.
do it to Humber. Humber does the funeral director program. The chiropractor has a anatomy program. U of T has an anatomy program. There's like five
Golly.
different places you can donate your body to science. You fill out the form, then a witness fills out the form. Then, when you're not here, they quickly have to get your body ready to be in the program.
I think you'd also want to put it in the will too, just in case, right?
Yeah, but I need to trust an executor. I have no idea who that person is yet because I have not. That position is still opened. That screening is still not. I haven't found a tribute to go through that yet.
They gotta go through the trenches, eh?
I don't know who's volunteer for tribute for that one. But
Jeez,
this is what was the title? Is there financial planning, financial free? I don't remember anymore. But
the minis millionaire mission.
yeah, it's part of the mission
Yeah.
and getting your house in order. So everybody who reads the Bible and reads Proverbs, I'm pretty sure it's in there.
And to lighten the load for the folks, cuz I'm feeling everything but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Just watch a
I've
lot of cartoons when you're done. Go watch Tiny Toon Adventures or
no,
something
I'm
when you're
probably going to listen
finished.
to Chris Brown again cuz that song.
Whatever it is. Whatever.
I don't know why I said that out loud. What are three things you wish you knew about money when you were younger?
Oh, I'm allowed to love it.
Mm.
Like that. My family made me feel guilty that my tastes are expensive. Oh, I love
Mhm.
money too much. But grandma sent me to the racetrack every weekend when I was a kid. How you mean? One time she won $6,000.
Yeah.
Exactly. Money on the floor. And we're matching money like deck of cards. You want me to- Does your household
What?
do that? I don't know. But
Now we used to do like Monopoly and stuff, but I would just
yeah,
flip the damn table.
we had every money board game there was. My
Mhm.
cousins played Monopoly. We had Junior Monopoly. Then we had Payday. Payday I liked. Payday is
Yes.
all about whoever has
Yes.
the lowest assets wins.
You
Like I
gotta listen to the episode I had about that because that one was pretty dope. There's
that was like
Payday, Monopoly. There's another one, but it's more American based.
life. There's also life. Life has money in it
Life,
too.
and there's a next one.
And then the Fisher Price cashier. Oh, I missed that thing. Yep. I like
So,
my little cashier machine thing. Oh, it was like yeah, I had the record player, the
mhm.
telephone, and the cashier from Fisher
Oh
Price,
my
and the
gosh.
dollhouse, that weird dollhouse that opened halfway, and the
Oh, yep,
farm,
yep,
the
yep,
farm.
yep.
But I think the farm was always at doctor's offices. But it's the same, yeah. Like, and I really do want an abacus. So if you can send me an abacus, that'd be great.
Boom, bam, bam. And
Because
number two?
we had
Oh,
them. We had the abacus.
yes.
So yeah, like I know how to handle my self care. Just give me a box of crayons and toys, and I'm good to go. And Lego. Yes, the trend of
Like
Lego on
Socially.
TikTok right now. Yes, ooh, the sauce. Yes. But I'm
God,
trying not to max out a credit card against Fischelli right now.
don't do it. No, you want to reach the millionaire status, the mission.
And that,
Um,
okay, so with me having bipolar,
yeah.
if you caught on, I do have an impulse issue. We know it's
Mm,
strippers, we know it's substances, and oh, because credit card available and I don't want to cook, but I can order, like I ordered pizza the other day, the large
yeah.
pizza. And my toppings are awful. I do pineapple, pepperoni, bacon, green pepper, and sprinkle barbecue sauce all over.
Interesting. I would change the bacon to chicken, but hey, do you?
And the reason my taste buds are like that, to have that kind of pizza that doesn't really look like a pizza,
Mhm.
is my medication. It changed my taste
Mm.
buds. It changed my
Shucks.
appetite. It changed it like I
So
remember when
there's
I tried to
really
get
no
the
way.
shortbread cookies. I cannot eat shortbread cookies. I did as a kid. Now,
Mm.
mm-mm. And then I had this weird moment of eating icing, the frosting, the Betty Crocker frosting,
Mhm. Which
and
one? Which flavor?
the vanilla one. I can't do that no
Okay.
more. And then I try to get the squeeze ones of different colors. Not gonna work. My body doesn't like sugar. It likes salt.
Ah,
This is
okay, that makes
why Swiss
sense.
chalet is okay. Give me the Swiss chalet. Give me the whole chicken. Even though I can make a whole chicken,
Yeah,
because I learned to do that during the pandemic of making whole chicken. I
a whole chick.
spatchcock the chicken, or you
Mm.
flatten the chicken, and then I make soup with it.
Oh, like that way. I was always too lazy
And
to
then
do it
after
that way.
watching 10 videos on YouTube to make a roast chicken, I made the roast chicken in my Dutch pot. It's all right. I can do it. But depending on how you season it, either it's
Yes.
bitter, whatever reason, definitely the rosemary and the whatever herb, or
Mm.
straight salt and pepper with the butter,
Boom,
salty,
bam,
just like
bam.
Swiss chalet.
Shooks. But
It's like, right, my diet is fantastic. Have you not seen my Instagram with my roast chicken, the short ribs, the beef shank? I eat food.
okay,
But because I have
okay.
to. Remember, we
Yeah.
just went over all my supplements. If I eat the
Mm.
proper diet, I
Then
probably
you're.
wouldn't need all of the supplements.
Mm.
So yeah, this is why I
And make
recommend
sure you
people.
go for walks.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Right now it's once a week to the chiropractor. That's it.
I know I stay in my car, and but on Dr. Vibe the other day, being in your car doesn't account for getting the vitamin D. So I'm like, okay, I'll be outside. But
But you don't even get it outside. We're act like I don't actually because of the multiple sclerosis and that's a disease of inflammation in the body. Even if I'm
mm,
outside, I'm not gonna get it. This is why we're on supplements. I'm on 20,000 IUD as a prescription. We just went over that. We went over
I know,
everything.
I know, I don't. It's not that I don't forget. I don't. I promise. It's just hmm, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And it's
Golly.
even if I'm not on ODSP, I still have to do all this stuff. Like my neurologist, I'm one of 3,000 patients of his with multiple sclerosis.
Mhm.
I'm his relatively healthy patient, but I have multiple sclerosis.
Mhm.
And then we're hoping my multiple sclerosis stays relapse and remitting like Montel Williams. Like, you ever see Montel
Mhm.
Williams out there skiing? I would like to be doing that. Yes. But we're, or my multiple sclerosis could end up like Christine Applegate. Have you seen her on the podcast? She hates her multiple sclerosis. She absolutely hates it.
Fudge. So,
And remember her on Married with Children and all those movies she did? We never
mm,
thought she would get it, but she did.
damn.
And she fully, honestly, openly says, I hate this goddamn thing. She doesn't want to have it. She doesn't want to live with it. She did like, and then freaking TMZ and all those media people are taking pictures of her all the damn time. Leave her
Of
alone.
course. It's like Wendy Williams and things.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Right.
so,
Aphasia, her condition, because of the condition, that's also mental illness. And then the side effects of what
mhm,
she's going through right now. And then, oh yeah, conservatorship. So we're really hoping I have this sense of brain to keep my assets as my assets and I control them,
true,
which means
true.
the executor and
And
other team
POA.
members,
Yeah,
they really have to understand my mission and what I want in my life.
true.
Because if you make decisions as if they were you, I will
Mhm.
come back from the grave and haunt you. I'm just saying that right.
So what?
I don't have a superstition of duppy. I will come back and haunt you,
Me
okay?
will be the dopey I don't business. I. What's the one thing with someone that is in your shoes? What's the one advice you would give them?
You're not the only one.
Mm.
Like we go through things as if it's just me and I can't talk to nobody. No, there's other people. Yeah, like support groups can be okay and cannot be okay. Like I
Mhm.
was going to the multiple sclerosis support groups and I stopped because the people in the support groups, like you know how much laughter we had on this wonderful 2.5 hours going on three right now? Pure nonstop. And we talked about the most serious conversations ever.
Facts.
And I have not cried at the whole time.
Girl.
You know what I mean? You would think I would burst out the tears by now. I'm good. I'm all right. Because I know I have my family doctor. My
Mhm.
financial planner is rooting for me. Dr. Vibe is rooting for me. Ryan is rooting for me. Wayne Harris is rooting for me. Hayton, who doesn't know how to do a Zoom meeting, is rooting for me. I called him out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Camille's
I'm, s-
rooting for you too.
I'm so, yes. And Camille with my name is rooting for me. Yes, exactly.
I want to share the links. Is this a, hold on. Let me put it in the private first to confirm that this is what you sent me to share with others.
Yes, he is
Okay.
my motivator. Oh my God. Have you ever see his sales funnel?
Uh,
I don't know
now
if
I'm
you can go to
struggling
this.
how to
Can
do
you
it.
share your screen and go to the website? Will it
Oh,
let
you
you?
want me to? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, do that.
2 seconds. Oh, oh no, I didn't. I was like, golly,
Don't
did I
don't
click
click the
something
wrong
wrong?
button.
I know, right? Let me put it over here. So,
Because
uh,
I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I have no idea.
there, I won't do it either. Okay, share.
Oh, good. Yes. So he has cerebral palsy, but he has a full business operation of books, courses, coaching, and his proxy, like person that speaks on his behalf, is a former Red Power Ranger. I like how I
Whoa.
introduced him. I don't like.
Coco
Yes,
Power
like okay. So the guy on the left in that thumbnail, I
Yeah.
think it's the Power Ranger that speaks on his behalf.
Huh.
Yeah,
Him don't look like the one I remember.
exactly. He didn't either to me either. But it's okay. There's multiple Power Rangers for multiple different series for multiple different franchises. It's fine.
Fair, but I'm going based on when I was a kid.
Yeah, your series of Power Rangers that you were watching. Yes, for me.
Exactly.
Oh right, Green Ranger. Green Ranger. Yeah, he's not here because of whatever issue, mental illness, like that he has. Like it's yeah. I don't know. Pick one of your favorite superstar celebrities that are no longer here. And as much as they did wonderful work, they did wonderful stuff. There's the Power Ranger. Go back up. Scroll up again.
That, that is not him. I
There,
don't
that's the
recognize that
Power
man.
Ranger. I know. I had to look it up. I literally had to look up this guy's name, Red Power Ranger, to figure out which one it was.
Golly.
But
So this
he's like
is
an
one of the
online
sites.
yeah. So he literally tells you you can change your narrative. Um, your circumstances can be challenging, but
That
they don't
one.
define you. Wait, you found him?
I think. Sorry, I got. I'm so sorry, folks. I am so. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's listening, thank you.
With
Because
that,
you know
like,
me.
yeah, like there's actually people with a disability that don't let their disability suck them into a dark hole and they don't live their life.
What's Dr. Vibe saying?
Is he still
I
there?
see he said, oh my. I think he's saying, oh my, because he went
I
and
came back.
came back.
He
Welcome
don't know
back.
we can talk for 7 hours. He don't know that. Oh yeah, yeah, we did, we did.
Woo. Hold on. I want
Yeah,
to show the other links because I this is more of a awareness thing for disability than finance because I don't think I've touched on this. So I'm glad we're doing it. I know people are gonna be like, "Dang, Cam, really?" I'm like, "Hey,
just
it's my,
break up the podcast episode in two parts. Just yeah, yeah. Disabled Girl on
it's
Fire. She's in the United States. So the disability program in the United States way more
mm,
complicated, way more stressful. No, I don't know all the rules, but there's a YouTube channel that breaks down Social Security disability because he's a
mhm,
former worker in the disability office. He goes live on his channel all the time doing it. And he was doing it for free. And he's like, you know what? I can't give you this information for free. Some of you guys have to pay me for my information. Because for us to break down social assistance disability and
mhm.
you're not yet in the system,
It's kind of tricky.
it's a lot. It's and I pick up pennies. Same with her. Like I had to search who lives with a disability that's not below the poverty line, begging for money on GoFundMe, acting like, oh, I can't do anything. I'm disabled. Like I can't do even
Vouch
the
for those
disability
folks.
rights activist groups. They're not in this reality. Their brain is not in this reality.
Mhm.
They like doing business.
Mm.
They think you get special treatment because you're self employed on ODSP. No, you don't. You just work 10 times harder.
Hmm.
Like me being self employed and reporting it to ODSP, they can go on and be like, hey, you're not really making a lot of money. We want you to go back through employment training. Yeah. You
God.
see that face says you don't want to do it either. So why
Right?
why would
And
I do it?
yeah, and this is what Dr. Vibe said about the comment about Hayden.
Oh, yeah, because he showed up with his knees in the Zoom meeting.
Interesting.
Yes, knees. Knees in a pair of pants. Like, yes. Not like
This,
this, not ready for a conversation. Knees.
mm, it's like when you exposed me on Dr. Vibe's thing. I was like, wait a minute. But I'm not going to repeat it. Hold on. And then the
And part
last
of so
one.
because okay, like I work in adult entertainment. People think a lot of misconceptions about me. Oh yeah, Cajun. He manages his disability savings account for his son. He
Okay.
documents everything I just told you.
Okay.
And he
So then,
actually took the disability benefits of being a caregiver for the at managing the disability savings plan. That's how I
see,
learned it. One of the
yeah.
resources of me learning the disability savings plan was from him. Dr. Vibe still in chat about what I said.
Yeah, he said, oh my.
You can ask him, but y- I have no filter. We know this. So
That is true. That
you
is true.
the joke is
We.
like I filter it and I'm like, what's the point of filtering it? That's what happened. And you know, and it's part of my childhood. So like stuff I've been through, if I go tell my
Mm,
parents, they'll tell me I'm lying. And they tell you to tell the truth, but then you turn around and tell me I'm lying. What is the
Mm,
point of telling you what happened if you can tell me I'm lying? So I'm better off to tell you the truth. And if you think I'm lying, that's your problem. And then, oh yeah, because I told you what happened, you did nothing. Then the person goes to do it to other people, and then oh, we end up with Bill Cosby in jail. Yeah,
Yeesh.
exactly. Yeah,
Golly.
like yeah. So I'm gonna say it anyway. If you don't believe me, that is your problem.
W-
Me knowing what's true and sticking to what's true doesn't change what's true because it's true. And then the people who claim, oh, I only want to help, then believe the words coming out of my mouth.
True.
And look how much places I told you where to go find the information that is true. Not
True.
only do I tell you what's true, I show you where it is.
Mm-hmm. That's ideal. Like beginning of what we said is that you you educate based on what you learn, and that's ideal to me because that's the with when it comes to coaching, especially personal finance, and if it's everyone's story is different,
Hmm.
and the fact that you're able to show them. I was almost gonna say a Bill Cosby comment, which is wild, but it's there. It is
But
there,
like,
and you
he,
have the facts, and you go based on those facts, right?
he's just one of many. There's a whole website of people like that that literally people that experience that they go through mental illness. I'm one of them. I
Mhm,
went through something like that. I went through the mental illness. My family didn't believe me, and when they
mhm,
finally believed me, I left the house. Oh, we did everything we could. You didn't believe me. You didn't listen to me. You didn't validate me. You didn't
mm.
keep me in therapy. Like all of those things that we talked about today, I did them by myself, regardless of a parent saying, I don't want you to do that.
Mhm.
And you know why? I said, I legally, the minute the doctor said, come in the office by yourself, we can talk, I did.
Yeah.
The minute I said, can I not have my parents here? Can we talk one on? I did. Because if they're gonna stop me from saying what's true, then be like, oh, that never happened. I don't believe. Then no, we're never gonna have a relationship the minute you tell me that.
Mhm.
And
Facts.
it goes with people that were my friends, did not like my job, that are gone. My job is still there. I just told you how to make money on webcam. It's still there.
Mm.
I just told you how we run commercials to make more money. I just told you how legally we're fighting the government to keep our jobs active so we keep making money. We're a $1 billion industry, adult entertainment. We're not going nowhere. We're not.
I'm thinking of a song, kind of.
Like,
Golly.
we're just not.
Yeah.
This, and all income, foreign and domestic, I have to report it on my income tax in Canadian dollars, and you know that's true.
Agree. 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 There are things I've seen and think, but what is for the so you helped out the folks that are disabled. What nice thing do you want to tell the able body folks? Like I know we've talked about it, and I shit.
Um, you said nice thing. I'm trying to vet that. Yeah.
As
Yeah.
nice as possible as you could say it. I know you
Well,
wanted to cuss me a couple
I
minutes
did. I
ago.
did. It's only because of what happened this morning. Like,
Hmm.
and this week. I'm
True.
happy people want to network and they want to meet and they want to support the mission, but my obstacle is ODSP. So if you're
Hmm.
giving me advice and you don't understand the obstacle that is ODSP, or the advice you give me blows up in my face, don't come
Mm.
tell me, oh, sorry to hear that. Because you're not there to fall, you're not there to pick up the pieces. You're not there to clean up what happens. If I'm audited by CRA or ODSP, pay for my lawyer. Don't be like, oh, I didn't tell you that. Because you're not ready to handle the full responsibility of it. This is why people are denying disability exists. Or Christian people saying it's from the devil. No, stop doing that. I think my neighbor heard me.
Like, "Whoop."
Like that. Like that's not helping nobody. Like there's
Mm.
some, what was I listening to? Some child-free YouTube channel, and she went off of this Christian wife social media thing, and she's going on that psychiatric conditions didn't exist in the Bible because we didn't have the enlightenment and awareness of what is a chronic health condition or a disability. We know King George, psychotic. He run the country for how long? Then who else in history? Probably Marie Antoinette, because so all the people in 1800s that had gambling issues, cut off their ear, cut the legs off the piano. So Da Vinci, Van Gogh, Beethoven, King George. I can list everybody in history that has a medical condition, but we're gonna
Mm.
say no, they didn't. Oh yeah, Einstein.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Like ooh, Stephen Hawking. Oh my, did you not see what happened to him while he's in his chair?
Golly.
And you're
True.
gonna tell me, oh, disability is not a thing. What reality? You're not in this reality. What reality are you in? It's not this one. It's not.
Oh, shit. So that's the nicest way you could say it. I'm glad.
The amount of evidence I gave you of me with a disability and 12 other people in the world, not even Stevie Wonder. I didn't even include him in the list.
Oh,
You
shit.
know what I mean? And Ray
Not
Charles.
Stevie. True. True.
Exactly. Oh yeah, Richard Branson, look him up. He's the richest man in the world with a disability.
Virgin
Exactly.
Airlines.
Hmm.
Shucks.
And you know,
Folks.
oh, maybe Steve Jobs and maybe Elon Musk, but I can't find information that says yes or no.
True. Oh, no. Steve Jobs did.
Oh, you did? There's evidence? There's
You know what?
reports?
I'm. Don't quote me. I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly. And even Mr. Trump. I don't know what's going on over there, but something is going on over there. Like that.
Me not
And
say it out loud.
he may or may not run the country, but we're gonna let him, like, that is stop saying it don't exist. It exists.
Actually,
You
oh, I
want
forgot to mention that. Even though it's not news for me, but that I don't know, 38 charges or something.
hmm
That's wild.
and all because of what? An adult entertainment worker put him in there? Yeah. It's power of our people. Like
Full circle.
yes.
Shucks. But this was lovely. We are going to go offline and talk. I know people are
Yes.
like, Cam, what is
I know.
going on?
I
And
know.
my bad, folks. But I want to say, first of all, because there's some things you said and it hit me, but I know how to cover that hit. Even though I know you said this one takes a long time.
They all take a long time. All of them do. Our healthcare system is broken. You need to push on the government. Remember, I said write to your MP and
Mm-hmm.
write to Trudeau's people that represent each of us.
Yeah.
I mean, our elected officials and their elected officials and all that. You have to write to them. They're not giving mental health the treatment that they actually say they would. Because I literally just went through my psych evaluation with Cam H this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I showed up to every single podcast this weekend meeting on top of that too. Because if I'm going to be living, I have a lot of things to accomplish.
Yeah.
And then if I break down in depression or a dip in my mood or whatever, I have to call that number. I have to go to my family doctor. I have to do an evaluation. I have to do blood work. It doesn't stop for me. For you, if it's a family member, okay, you support the family member, but you get
Mm.
to put it away. Oh, it's my family member. Oh, okay. Like my aunt helping her son, or the Cajun finance website helping his son, or my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother helping her brother. Like they get to put it away. Hopefully, they plan their estate properly that they leave those people with a disability with income to live and support their medical costs. You think inflation is expensive now? You think living with the medical expenses are expensive now? You know how many things cut you off at 65? I didn't even talk about how many things cut you off at 65.
Fuck.
And it
Fuck.
overwhelmed you already with the obstacles that are there. Yeah,
Mhm.
things cut you off at 65. If you don't have assets put in place
Mhm.
when you're a working age person, maxing out your RSPs or your employer match or whatever that is, and you need it anytime you need it as you get older, every decade. So if you work at 16 and you're working at McDonald's, make sure you get every money from McDonald's or Starbucks. RSP contributions, scholarship funding. Because that's what
True.
I could have gotten when I was working at Cineplex for $8.75 an hour if I could put up with teenagers. I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But they offered, like, when you go through orientation, some of the minimum wage jobs that are bigger corporations,
Mhm.
they offer a lot. Starbucks offers a lot. McDonald's
Yeah,
offers a lot.
they do.
I've
I heard
moved
about
through moved
Starbucks.
through retail Tim Hortons or retail Starbucks and go through corporate.
Mm.
So
True.
even if you're working a minimum wage job, find out what you need to do to go into corporate office of that company.
Yeah.
Then maximize every penny they have that they give you for being there.
Mhm.
Like that. And then set up your estate properly. Do your will, do your beneficiaries, have a constant conversation of everything I just talked about. I'm not afraid if I'm not here or I'm here. I know it's going to happen. My mom is going to get my segregated funds because they're under probate, because they're life insurance products. She's the beneficiary. Then, if my mom did her will properly, it goes to my sister if I'm not here.
Mm.
Then, my grandmother, I really hope she put her stuff in order. Then, she'll divide it up between me, my sister, and my brother. Same thing with my dad. I'm really hoping I'm still in the will. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
For the part of my family that, like, grandma has three grandchildren, dad has three children, mom has two children. Because my brother is half my brother, not my full brother.
Mm.
That. And then I may have to make enough money to buy out my siblings to buy my grandma's house or my dad's house. My cousin doesn't want my aunt's anything for my aunt. So I'm trying to be close to my aunt to get her assets when she passes away because that's her only that's her only child. I already planned it out. I already talked about it. I can openly talk about it. You laugh about it, but I'm dead serious.
Golly.
So yes, able-bodied people, keep working hard as you do so I get your assets.
On that note, folks.
Like, but like, okay, you said what nice thing could I say?
That's true.
They
That's true.
they need to
That's
put their house in order and help
mm,
the people in their lives that live with a disability.
true.
If they don't put it legally in writing, the government will take over. We already do not like the government.
True.
And I already showed you where the government is failing.
Mm.
So then do what all the 1% rich people are doing and put your house in order and protect all your hardworking assets. If you're commuting 2 hours to work and you don't put your stuff in order, protected under a will and an executor and all those things, legally protecting all your assets, that is your fault. No, I don't feel sorry for you. And yes, I will probably, either I'm going to slap you when I pass over, or I may throw bleach on your grave. I don't know. Whichever comes first.
Wow. So on that note, folks, it's been an amazing
Like, I don't know
conversation.
how to get them to feel to put their stuff in order.
Nah.
I didn't have a choice. I had to learn all of this. There
True.
wasn't anybody teaching me. I had to learn it. I had to find where it was. I had to find the right source. I had to be on the phone for 3 hours with the CRA.
Then
Like,
now we have a place to find it. Oh, shucks. I was about to. How can people find you? Jeez. I was about to. Wow.
Mini on
Wow.
cam.
Mini on cam.
Yeah.
YouTube, right?
YouTube, Twitter, and then carefully search for Minnie St Claire. But yeah, that's me. I'm there. Yeah. But yeah. And if you want to support me not living in poverty, buy me a coffee. I said that earlier. I'm saying it again. This doesn't happen if there's not income coming into my household, wherever
Should
it may
help
be. Each and then you see
that
me
if
do
not.
my budget every month on my channel on my every month. You see exactly where all my stuff are going. If people buy me a coffee, I'll to let you know in the budget, someone bought me a coffee. Thank you for buying me a coffee, and I
If
spent that
anyone's
money
done that
here.
for me yet. Hold on, let me check. Cause
put
I've
put
been posting it
put your
everywhere.
okay.
No,
Put your
I
buy.
have it.
Put it in the lower third. Put it right here. You already put my
But
name. They know Minnie on Cam. They know where to find me, Minnie on Cam. They know to find Minnie St Claire. You put all my links already in the description box. They can find it. I have a YouTube channel. You have a channel. You need people to buy you a coffee. Put your buy you a coffee right here on the thing.
give me a second. I'm going to do it. Darn it. Cause everyone knows I love some goddamn coffee.
And
Some
I'm
goddamn
sorry for
buy
being
me.
3 hours long, but
No,
literally,
but
I warned you with the ADHD. I warned you from
I,
time.
you know what? It's cool because I already knew based on our
And this is why we
first
dragged it out for
conversation.
so long. We dragged out this meeting forever.
I want a coffee. Is it any coffee? Dark
No.
roast? Oh, it could be it. Like, how does this work? Actually, yes. I want to know this part
Okay, this
before we
link,
go. I'm so
okay,
sorry, folks.
this buy me a coffee link is a minimum about $5. So someone can give you $5 or anything above $5. Choose what's affordable for you and your budget that you're comfortable with. I
You want to
recommend
see
above,
Cam happy? This Cam
but
happy.
if your buy me a coffee is connected to PayPal, she will not be able to deposit that funds if it's lower than $15. Make it above $15 so the funds can go in her bank account so she can claim it on her income taxes. Thank you very much. There, I explained
Yes.
it for you. There you go. I'm trying to get you above 50. Did you set it for Canadian dollars or US dollars?
I don't remember. Hold on. 2 seconds.
That's a
I'll
whole
know in a
nother
second.
conversation right there.
Two
If you sent it
seconds.
in US dollars, she
Yes.
may reach payout from PayPal sooner. If
Yes. Come
it's
naman.
if it's lower in Canadian dollars, lower than $15 Canadian dollars, it'll take her longer to receive the coffee that you're buying for her.
I want to see someone do it soon. Oh gosh, did I even log in properly? I think it's on my computer that it's easier.
I don't know
Oh, it
how
said
else to
welcome back. Hold on.
I don't know how else to do your PBS special on your buy me a coffee, but that's how that works. And then add in some spreadsheets on your buy me a coffee so people get the extras.
This is me. I see one.
Oh, yeah, that is also a way for people to make money that are wondering how to make money. If you buy me a
Facts.
coffee and the online courses, that may be faster if you're really good at marketing your products.
Mm, got it. I don't remember how to get in. Wow, this is whack. But all right, folks. I'll do this offline. We're gonna have a discussion now. Wait, okay. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And the one thing about like overall that I've realized is your friends out there that are hurting, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, whichever, check on them, say hello, say you love them.
And don't check on them online. Go visit them. Like, go
Okay,
give them a hug. Like, what the hell? They just
fair enough.
Peop-
Give them
like
a
people
hug.
don't know how to hug anybody anymore. Go give these people
You
a
know what?
hug.
Since the pandemic, hugs is a luxury. Hugs
I
are
mean,
like buying groceries.
you can order Swiss Chalet and ship it to somebody else. Like did I do that to the friend? I remember we ordered Swiss Chalet at the same time. She ordered ribs and chicken. I ordered my quarter chicken dinner, and we had them at the same time. But there's
Mm,
also when you order online for Swiss Chalet, you could ship it to somebody else.
that's true. Or Uber
Just
Eats.
let them know food is coming so they can collect it. But yeah, same thing with pizza. I think pizza you can send the address to someone else.
On that note, folks,
You see how
whoever
they
wants to
like to
give Swiss
sell
Chalet
Swiss Chalet and
pizza,
Pizza Hut? Like, yeah, like, buy people coffee, actually meet them, go hug them, or send them food. I don't know.
exactly, folks. On that note, honestly, folks, like this episode, Minnie, thank you. You've really shined a light on disability, um, and adult entertainment. But I really want folks that even if you have, like, if you have a disability, talk about it. Talk. These support things are in the chat. And you really need someone to talk to. Call your loved ones or your family, friends, loved ones, whatever, and then go to this one since it takes 2 hours or so. Anything else?
Me,
I
I
thought you
just
froze for a sec.
no,
I was like, yeah.
I finally clicked the comments tab and I see Dr. Vibe all in the chat. I see what you're
Ah.
I see what's happening. I just saw it.
It
'Cause
looked
I
like
was
you
so
froze.
no, I was so focused on giving people the information they need to hear and
Yeah.
as
Thank you.
honestly as possible to show you this is not an easy road. It's not. It is not. And yes, I'm functioning now. Yes, I sound very positive and upbeat right now, but I'm going to mentally crash when we're done. It's okay. I'll be fine. She'll check on me. It's okay. Like
Buy a
it's
coffee. Oh.
yeah, because like I said, this doesn't go away from me. I have to go live with it, take care of myself, and then I have to upload my own video on my own channel when we're done. Yeah. And I probably won't do that tonight. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll do it during the week. So if you're wondering why on my YouTube channel, why sometimes my videos are like in the middle of the month for the budget review, I'm
Mm,
taking care of myself. That's what I'm doing. Like that's what
take
it
care of
is.
yourself.
So everybody, and oh yeah, the what other show I used to watch was if you have a cat, pet a cat. Is the way she would close out the show because cats lower your blood pressure.
I don't like cats. I
You
have a
may not.
dog.
You may like dogs. Even dogs,
Yes,
they
I
lower
love
your blood
dogs.
pressure. So pets know when you're anxious. They lower your blood pressure.
That's very true. My
So yeah.
dog actually gets antsy when he hears like certain things. But yeah, sorry folks. Sorry, we're doing it again. Big up yourself. Big up Minnie. Um till next time folks. To the fathers. To the fathers. And I especially want a father to be. Please message me. Please. Because we're gonna have something next week, okay? Peace out.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution of time.